personality. Like Mussolini and Kennedy, I'm the cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality.
Good Tuesday afternoon and welcome to the Voice of WOCA. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz. Buddy Martin will join us in hour number 2. A little special, a little different day today on the Voice of WOCA. A little different today on the Voice of WOCA. There's a lot of volume going on in the other room, so
this is weird.
It's kind of strange. We're going to do Trivia Native Tuesday with Tom, of course, like always. But then Buddy's going to play Fake or Factoid for quite a bit. Buddy's going to play Fake or Factoid for quite a bit in the 4 o'clock hour. So you'll be able to go up against me in Fake or Factoid on the phone lines in the 4 o'clock hour. So you got that to look forward to in the 4 o'clock hour. Plus, Dan Jenkins has a new book out. And if you don't know who Dan Jenkins is, he's a world-renowned columnist, golf guy. He has a new book coming out. Buddy's got some excerpts from that book. And if you don't know who Dan Jenkins is, just Google Dan Jenkins or go to Twitter and follow Dan Jenkins. He's king of the one-liners. And he understates the obvious. Dan Jenkins, great listen, great read. So we'll talk about Dan Jenkins later in the show. Buddy Martin, though, in hour number 2, Josh, he's going to do an extended Fake or Factoid. He's tired of me beating the brakes off of you guys, so now he's going to invite listeners to get the brakes beat off of them.
Man,
yeah.
I feel bad.
I feel bad for the listeners myself because they have no shot.
You know, one of your favorite person's birthday is today. I don't know if you know who it is.
JJ's birthday is today?
JJ's birthday is today. I feel like we should call him.
No, let's not. No. This late in the afternoon on his birthday? Are you kidding me?
Listen, he's been in class. He's not used to this whole class thing, I don't think.
I was talking to your parents about that over the weekend. They said that he goes to school at 9 in the morning and stays there till 7 at night every day. That's dedication.
But it's good. It's good. It's good.
Give you a friendly reminder, this Saturday, it'll be time to spring forward as the time changes on you. You're going to lose an hour Saturday. You will spring forward, so keep that in mind. Mark it on your calendar. Austin Statman Tapman was supposed to join us today. The horrendous weather they're experiencing in the Northeast, unable to join us. You know, you see on the news, because I was watching the news last night, and they showed you the temperatures around the country, and it's like 8 degrees in Minneapolis. It's like 11 degrees in Chicago. It's like 22 degrees in New York City. It's like, 31 degrees in Atlanta. It was 68 here last night.
Right now it's like 63.
My buddy, one of my good friends is down from Atlanta, and he's in Orlando. And he sent out a message on Facebook. It's 3:45 in the morning. And it's 66 degrees in Orlando. Atlanta may lose one of its legends if this weather is a guarantee. I sent him a Facebook message this morning. Trust me, pal. This weather is guaranteed. So while the entire nation still is in the turmoils of winter,
it's like we haven't been touched.
It's been chilly here a couple times this year.
But nothing. A couple times.
But nothing like what they're enduring across the country. I mean, it's been just brutally cold this winter.
Day out.
Except for where we live.
Which I'm fine with.
We've gotten pretty lucky this year. But the last time we got lucky like this, and the nation was in the grips of a bad cold snap, and we got involved with this, the year was 2004. Do you remember 2004, Josh?
I remember 2005 more than 2004.
Josh, let me remind you, in 2004 we had 4 hurricanes in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember 2004? You were a small child then.
I was in 3rd grade, I think.
But you do remember.
I do remember not going to school for like a month.
Yeah, it was bad with Gene and Charlie.
I thought that was 2005.
That was 2004.
Okay, I'll trust the history major.
It is. It was 2004. And that the last time this nation had a brutal, brutal winter and Florida didn't have the same type of winter, we kind of had a brutal late summer. I don't want ever to have to run from 4 hurricanes in a matter of 6 weeks like I did in 2004.
Now, here's a question. I asked Buddy this yesterday. Would you rather spend the Ocala summer, Florida summer heat, the hottest it's ever been, or would you rather bear a very, very bitter cold?
Oh, that's a no-brainer. I'm taking the heat all day.
See, that's me too. And Buddy's like, no, well, I like it,
I'm taking the heat all day.
Change of weather. I like the change in the season.
I was having this conversation with Chris, the new head golf pro at Ocala Golf Club, Muni, to those of us who play a lot of golf. He's from Connecticut, just moved here from Connecticut. And he said his friends were like, you're going to hate it in July when it's 100. And he said, what do you think about that? I said, when it's 100 degrees in July, in August, there'll be nobody on the golf course at 12:30 in the afternoon, and that's when you play.
That's when the locals know.
You just get you a gallon of good water so you don't get dehydrated. Because that's the key in that kind of heat is just hydration. You can stay in 100-degree weather as long as you have water.
And sunscreen.
And sunscreen, you can stay out there all you want. You can't stay in 25-degree weather regardless of hydration or not.
The only thing I hate about the summer, not the sweat, not anything, not sunburn, mosquitoes.
Yeah, but in the middle of the day like that, it's so hot, even the mosquitoes aren't out.
But
the mosquitoes
when the sun goes down,
at dusk and dawn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But we're not in the throes of a terrible, terrible weather pattern like they are everywhere else in the country. And I'm thankful for that. I want to be honest with you.
I'm right there with you.
Although I'll tell you this, I did go home the other night on Sunday night and had to teach my girlfriend a lesson. Got a few little pieces of oak and moss and everything and put it in a little pile out in the fire pit. Then grabbed some fallen pine logs and everything. And she was like, do you need some paper or something? It was a little chilly, about 8:30
You taught her how to...
She said, do you need some paper or something? I was like, what do you need paper for? She was like, how are you going to start that fire without paper?
Your good old boy came out,
I was like, look, we got moss, we got little pieces of oak stick, and we got pine bark. Why would you need paper?
And she's over there, what?
She's like, hold on, I'll go get paper. She came back outside, the fire was going. She said, how'd you do that? I said, I don't know, lucky, I guess.
Let's just say you didn't learn that in the class.
That's the only thing I miss from living in North Carolina is there's not enough time during the year to just stand around a fire. Although any good redneck will tell you, it can be 100 degrees outside, you can still stand around a fire.
That's very true. That's very true.
Unless you're at a high school football game, then they'll ask you to leave the facility.
We actually were talking about that today with me and all my boys at cafeteria.
Josh LaSalva escorted off the premises. What game was it?
That was against
Lake Weir.
That was the fourth week of the season.
Because you and your boys had a grill with an open flame.
They said, and I quote, "This is not Forest. This is Lake Weir. We do not have a tailgating section." And then
one of your boys asked, "Well, how are you cooking the food?"
No, I asked. I was the smarty pants, and I said, "Well, then, so you're not going to tell me? You're going to tell me that an open flame is illegal on Lake Weir property?" Yes. Well, then how are you cooking concession? Needless to say, 3 officers showed up. We were escorted out of the premise. And
you LaSalva boys, y'all get a little mouthy, don't you?
We just, authority versus the LaSalvas. We'll take the LaSalvas every day. So, I don't know.
Carrying on the JJ tradition. Happy birthday, JJ LaSalva.
That one's for you, brother.
What's it, like his 29th birthday, 30th?
23rd.
23, isn't he? 23 or 24?
23.
23
I should
today.
probably look at Facebook.
JJ LaSalva. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's time to get started with Trivia Day Tuesday with Tom. Your chance to go against me to win great prizes from around the city. We'll do that next on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA. The Source.
Since 1976, Daniel L. Hightower, a lawyer, has been fighting for accident victim justice in North Central Florida and statewide. He believes everyone in America should follow the rules, including the insurance companies. He and his firm have experience fighting for victims of personal injury, wrongful death, workers' compensation, and Social Security disability, as well as serving those in need of help with bankruptcy, simple wills, and estate plans. The mission at the law offices of Daniel L. Hightower, PA, is to represent deserving clients and recover the maximum benefits they are entitled to due by law in a timely manner. In personal injury and workers' compensation cases, there are no fees or costs unless a recovery is made. The law office of Daniel L. Hightower is located at 7 East Silver Springs Boulevard, Suite 300. For your free consultation, call 352-629-7777 or 1-888-LAW-1976 and visit danhightower.com for more information. Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice, and the proud sponsor of Ask the Cops.
This reprise of Ask the Cops is proudly brought to you by Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976.
What is your view? Give me your view of your own or things you see in people that are inspirational to you, or advice you give to others about giving in order to make the community better.
Well, I'll tell you that the mindset that I've got, and I didn't come up with this necessarily on my own. I've watched others throughout my career, and as I've grown up and gotten older, is I'm a member of this community first and foremost. This is where my kids were born. This is where my kids have been raised, with the exception of the short amount of time, the short period of time we were gone. But why wouldn't you want to make your community better?
So remember to join us for Ask the Cops every second and fourth Friday of the month on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to OCUS, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. OCUS, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to James Mace. He's a veteran, an historian, and a lifelong scholar of ancient Rome, and he served in Iraq with the U.S. Army. He's written a book called Soldier of Rome, The Last Campaign.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
Stephen R. Kleinedler is coming on. He's a professional lexicographer. He's going to talk to us about his book, 100 Words Every Fourth Grader Should Know.
Norma Yeager is the first woman to walk the floor of the New York Stock Exchange as a stockbroker. She's written a book called Breaking Down the Walls, 50 Courageous and Successful Years at the Forefront of the Women's Movement.
And then it's Legally Yours with your host, John Fuller, attorney at the law firm of Fuller & Fuller right here in Ocala.
Sandra Parshall is an Agatha Award-winning author. She's written a book called Poison Ground, a thriller mystery novel.
And then David Foreman will be with us. He's the herbal pharmacist. You've heard him on our show before. He's going to talk about managing the munchies, plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Beautiful Moments Party Rentals presents Showcase Under the Stars, a bridal affair to remember. This event has it all. Caterers, photographers, florists, DJs, venues, and more. All gathered in one place and all there to help you plan your special day. Brides, bring your bridesmaids and friends alike. This is the event you don't want to miss. There will be food, fun, trivia games, and prizes with different wedding-themed areas to explore. Tickets are only $10 and Beautiful Moments Party Rentals is donating 100% to the United Way of Marion County. Advanced tickets can be purchased at Beautiful Moments Party Rentals, 3400 Southwest 60th Avenue in Ocala. Showcase Under the Stars takes place on March 13th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. So make plans to be there. Again, that's March 13th at Beautiful Moments Party Rentals from 5 to 9 p.m. If you have any questions, just give them a call. 307-8180. That's 307-8180. And make your plans to attend the Showcase Under the Stars. Showcase Under the Stars.
Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody.
That song was written for me, I'm pretty sure. Wonder if there's a copyright infringement for them singing about me and me not getting any royalties from that.
Don't flatter yourself.
The man just walked in the studio just a few minutes ago.
And it was not Buddy.
It was not, but Buddy's a man too.
Yeah, but just to clarify.
But high school phenom Dash Whittingham in here, paying homage to his man crush, Josh LaSalle.
And I just want to
They play today, right?
They play tonight at 7 at
Trinity
TC.
Catholic at TC. Who they play tonight?
They play South Sumter.
South Sumter, who I'm to understand from what Dash said, got 2 kids that can actually bring it.
Yeah, one kid
from the mound.
going on the mound tonight is a kid from
FIU.
Yeah, going to FIU, throwing 90s.
So Dash is going to have to ride him out pretty hard tonight.
He hit a grand slam last week. So
I know.
Listen, but I want to dismiss a rumor. People think his name is not actually Dash Winningham.
It is.
When you look at his driver's license, his name is Dash.
No, I made him prove it to me.
Yeah,
I was like, oh yeah, like you're one of the Incredibles. Let me see,
Right.
and he really is.
He is Dash Winning. Like that's the baseball name. Like Chipper Jones had to switch up his name.
Wasn't that the name of the kid from the Incredibles? Dash.
Yes, Dash is one of them, right?
Exactly. So,
like Chipper Jones had to change up his name a little bit.
Because it was Larry. Right.
Dash Winningham doesn't have to.
Nah, it's just Dash.
So
TC plays tonight. Forest also plays tonight. So,
at Leesburg, though.
Yeah, good high school baseball in this area. Forest and TC both very good programs in high school baseball.
Don't sleep on Vanguard, though.
Go ahead and go out and enjoy some high school baseball. See kids that play the game because it's a game, not because they're making a paycheck. High school baseball, very good in this town.
And the bad thing is, sometimes you watch players that are not having fun. The good thing in Marion County, you can just tell on the faces of the coaches and the players, they're having fun.
Having a great time. Speaking of great time, let's have one playing Trivinator Tuesday with Tom. Do you got the Jeopardy music fired up?
You know, I've never.
You didn't know that, did you?
I've actually never done.
Austin
Trivinator
Statman Tapman did not coach you up on this.
No, well.
It is Trivinator Tuesday with Tom. It's your chance to go up against me. Answer 2 questions correctly, and you'll win prize packs. The first prize pack is a $10 gift card to Mojo's Grill and 2 tickets to the historic Marion Theater. So the first prize pack is a $10 gift card to Mojo's and 2 tickets to historic Marion Theater. That's like dinner and a movie. It's pretty much what that is. So here's the question. Question number 1. What politician spearheaded the contract with America in 1994? What politician spearheaded the contract with America in 1994? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622. You get that question right, you'll get a follow-up question. You get it right, you'll be the winner of 2 tickets to Historic Marion Theater plus a $10 Mojo's gift card. All you got to do is answer 2 questions. So the first question, who was the politician that spearheaded the contract with America in 1994? Call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win. Do we have a caller, Josh? Let's go to caller. Hi, how are you? Who do we have? Hi, caller. Who's this?
This is Grady.
Hey, Grady. How are you today?
Doing good.
Grady, the rest of the country's suffering from all this weather and all this winter weather. We're pretty lucky down here living in Central Florida. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree 100%. I grew up in Florida, and I love the heat.
Yeah, I don't want it. Buddy says sometimes he wants to see, a change of season, and I tell Buddy, get in the car and go to North Georgia. You can see it, then drive back home.
That's right.
All right, Grady. Who's the politician that spearheaded the contract with America?
I think it was Newt Gingrich.
It was Newt Gingrich. Congratulations. You answered the second question right. You'll win 2 tickets to the Historic Marion Theater and a $10 Mojo's gift card. In what country is the stereo and audio company Bose headquartered? 5 seconds.
USA.
Ding, 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 ding. Grady knocking it out of the park.
Grady
wins right away. Grady, the only stipulation is because we are at this time we are efforting to get tomorrow morning. I'm meeting with the Marion Theater people. Your tickets for that, your prize pack will not be able to be picked up until Thursday. Is that okay with you?
That'll be fine.
All right, Grady. Thursday, you'll be able to pick up your $10 Mojo's gift card to 2 tickets to Historic Marion Theater. Thanks for playing Trivinator Tuesday with Tom.
I appreciate it. It's a great day, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right.
See how easy that was, Josh?
See, I was gonna
that quick.
Field the call and make sure everything was okay. You just went for a drive.
Well, yeah, we didn't want to make Grady wait. He was ready to win.
Obviously.
So. What's on sale today? She's walking by with a K Jeweler sale paper.
She's not listening.
She's not listening. She's into that K Jeweler sale paper. She's not listening.
Yeah. This is fun though, watching all this. People watching it. It's really distracting for us too.
All right, let's put this out here. Which one of these 3, you only get 1 shot at this, and then I'll make a new question. Which one of these 3 was never a Victoria's Secret's model? Which one of these three models was never a Victoria's Secret model? Gina Davis, Tyra Banks, or Brooke Shields? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win two rounds of golf at Ocala Municipal Golf Club, the Ocala Golf Club. 2 rounds of golf. That's a $65 value. All you have to do is answer 2 questions right. Well, the first question is, which one of these was never a Victoria's Secret model? Gina Davis, Tyra Banks, or Brooke Shields? Call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win 2 rounds of golf to the historic, well, I guess it's not historic, but it is, a very popular golf course, Ocala Golf Club. You're a church guy, right, Josh? You go to church almost every Sunday, right?
Try to, yes.
When you go to church on Sundays, you sit for an hour service. Usually on wooden pews. The church got wooden pews?
We do not. We have chairs.
You have chairs.
I went to First Baptist Church of Ocala, and yes, those are wooden pews. Yep.
How comfortable are the chairs you sit in?
They're pretty comfortable. I mean, they're nothing spectacular, but
right, it's just a chair.
Yeah, it's just
after about an hour, you're ready to get out of it.
Listen, and then when he's pushed an hour 30, it's time to rock.
Well, you may need to go to Daytona Beach to the church they have there.
That was my hometown, by the way. So
as church attendance continues to decline in the U.S., some parishes are doing whatever they can to draw congregants. Social media, loosening dress codes, even altering service times for big sporting events.
Wow.
But this church in Daytona Beach may be a church I can get into. You go to church, pull up in the parking lot in your car.
Oh, yeah.
Just turn on the radio.
Yep.
They've turned an old drive-in theater into a drive-in church. They've built an altar where the screen used to be, and you drive in and you turn your radio on, and the preacher gets on the altar and he preaches to the drive-in theater. You sit in the comfort of your own car with the air conditioning going and everything.
My question is, what's communion like?
That would be a little confusing.
That's a decent question.
That is a decent question.
Do you just pull up just like a drive-through, get your little cup and bread, or? I wonder how they do that.
The preacher there, Pastor Bob Kemp Baird, says that there's a feeling and a presence of holy in this place. It's a feeling that Christ's presence is made known. I know it. It lives here. Huh. That's a unique way to get people to come to church.
It is very unique.
Offer a drive-in movie theater. They've turned it now to a church congregation.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that on the Travel Channel somewhere.
That's pretty unique, though. I would probably attend a church like that.
I feel like that would be on a bucket list of one of ours.
I think, one Sunday, just load up in a bunch of us and take like the church van from Church of Hope over to Daytona.
How about this? After the show on Saturday, we're going to go to the beach, and then we'll go
spend the evening at the beach, and then get up and
go to church.
Sunday morning, go say, hey, I was out pretty late last night here at Daytona Beach. I got to come to church today.
And you don't even have to leave your car.
No, just to comforting. I like the air, because sometimes you go to a church, the air is a little too cold, or whoever's in charge of the thermostat doesn't make it cold enough, This isn't a problem.
You have not been to church if you've not been to a Spanish church. Now, you talk about air conditioning. Down in Nicaragua, where I've been to mission trips before,
it's air conditioned.
Oh, no.
No, not at all.
No.
Hot.
Oh, and it's just brick houses next to a brick church, and heat is there.
You go to some of those South Georgia AME churches in South Georgia where they're having a good time and the music is rocking out and everything, and you don't know whether you're at a Motown show or you're at church service. Some of them churches are hot too, but you're having such a good time and everything that you never even realize it. It's Trivinated Tuesday with Tom. The question on the floor is, which one of these were never a Victoria's Secret model? Gina Davis, Tyra Banks, or Brooke Shields? Do we have a caller, Josh?
Yeah, we have Alex.
Alex. Hi, Alex. How are you? Alex? Hey, Alex. How are you?
I'm doing good.
All right, buddy. Hey, it's your birthday coming up April 9th, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, well, hey, when your birthday comes up, we're going to make sure everybody knows it, Alex. Okay, buddy?
Okay.
All right, now who's the model? Gina Davis, Tyra Banks, or Brooke Shields?
I think it's
Gina Davis?
Yes.
That's wrong, Alex, but thanks for playing Trivia Tuesday with Tom today. Thanks, buddy. It's my good friend Alex, good friend of the show. Him and Hunter are very good friends. The correct answer, believe it or not, Brooke Shields. Never a Victoria's Secrets model.
I would have never guessed.
I know, everybody would have guessed Gina Davis. All right, now the question is, the comic book hero Tintin is from what European country? The comic book hero Tintin is from what European country? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win 2 tickets, 2 rounds of golf at Ocala Golf Club. Candace Clatterbaugh and the group over there at Ocala Golf Club do a great job. I played it Sunday after the Moog Thomas tournament. Fabulous layout. It's in great shape. Greens are rolling fantastic. Only problem is my game is terrible.
Your game is better than mine. I'm not much of a golfer, Tom.
I love the game, but I'm not very good at it. The comic book hero Tintin is from what European country? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win 2 rounds of golf at Ocala Golf Club. Now, I told you about the church downtown. I mean, the church in Daytona. It's a drive-in church. Yes. I got we talked about the church van or the church buses. You know how church buses go out. School buses pick people up every day and bring them to class. We come back from break, I'm going to tell you about a school bus driver in Calgary, Ontario that got fired. And I'll tell you why she got fired. Coming up next on Trivia Tuesday with Tom, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. Hey, if you want to join the conversation, you can do so by texting us, 352-507-5352. You're listening to us on The Source.
Hi, it's Lisa Midget, owner of the brand new Proper Tees Salon. It's a perfect time to freshen up your cut and color for the new year. And if you really want to change up your look, talk to us about Hotheads extensions for extra volume and length. How about a blowout for date night? Give us a call. Enjoy some me time while you relax in our newly renovated salon and check in on Facebook using our free Wi-Fi. We know you'll be happy with your new look. We guarantee it. Our style guarantee assures you that no matter what, you will love your hair or we will fix it for free. Call for your appointment today. 352-351-1771. We're located in downtown Ocala next to the Southside Deli. Tell us Buddy sent you for 20% off your first service visit. Now hiring licensed cosmetologists, nail techs, and front desk staff. Visit our website, thepropertees.com, for our online application. The Proper Tees Salon, timeless elegance meets classic sex.
Men, do you know your testosterone level? Are you experiencing decreased energy levels or unusual sleeping problems? Have you noticed you have less strength or endurance, decreased sex drive, increased irritability or depression? If so, you may be experiencing problems with low testosterone. If you're interested in a free testosterone screening, please call Renstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. Again, that number is 352-629-5800.
Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name.
Hi, Robin. You look tired.
I am. I've been running all over town.
Why? Why not drive?
I need to get this stupid document notarized.
Well, that's easy. You need personal service.
Duh. That's what I've been looking for.
You need to go see Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can notarize that for you, make copies, fax it wherever, or send it out in the mail. Heck, he can even scan it and email it for you.
Really? Where is he at?
2375 Northeast 25th Avenue, on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street. You can call him at 789-6683.
Personal Service Center. Thanks, Larry.
Your heating and air conditioning unit sure will get a workout this season, and you need to make sure it's in tip-top condition. Let Air Ducts Heating and Air give you that peace of mind by knowing your unit will work at its optimum efficiency, saving you time and money. Air Ducts is a full HVAC residential and commercial company. Air Ducts is family-owned and operated, so we treat you the way we want to be treated. Air Ducts also offers discounts for builders and commercial applications, so give us a call today, 352-304-6766. That number again, 352-304-6766. Air Ducts Heating and Air Conditioning.
On March 8th at 2 p.m., Tom McElroy, international speaker on the healing power of prayer, will present Purpose, Letting Your Brilliance Shine Through at the Weber Conference Center, College of Central Florida. And on Friday, the 7th of March at 10:30 a.m., Mr. McElroy will be our guest on AM Ocala Live to give us a preview. First Church of Christ Scientist is providing this free event for you to explore fresh ideas and find the good in life. So be sure to tune in on Friday, the 7th of March at 10:30 and learn more about the power of prayer.
Brick City Health and Fitness, Ocala's premier health club, invites you to come in and see this extraordinary fitness facility. Brick City Health and Fitness has everything to keep you fit or get you back into shape. The largest selection of equipment and training for everyone with top personal trainers. Enjoy Ignite, CrossFit, Pilates, Zumba, spin, aerobics, and much, much more. While there, ask how you can earn a free month. Brick City Health and Fitness is located in the Pine Plaza, number 524. Come visit today or call 509-3133. We are here to serve you. That's 509-3133.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
We're back on the Voice of Ocala. Trivia Tuesday with Tom. Your chance to win keep saying 2 tickets. That's just not right. 2 rounds of golf to Ocala Golf Club. That's a muni to those of us who play a lot of golf. That's the one right there on East Silver Springs Boulevard. Candace Clatterbaugh and her staff do a great job out there at Ocala Golf Club. And with the snowbirds starting to leave town, there's going to be a lot of opportunity to play some golf out there. Great golf, great opportunity to play golf, and a great golf course, Ocala Golf Club. So this is your chance to win 2 tickets to the Ocala Golf Club. The question on the floor right now, the comic book hero Tintin is from what European country? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline, 622-9622. The comic book hero Tintin is from what European country? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622. Josh, you ever rode the Yellow Hound to school?
No, I actually never rode.
Never rode the Yellow Hound?
No.
I rode the Yellow Hound for a while. And it's not fun when you're out at the bus stop and it's cold. And we don't know cold here.
No.
And it's still not fun. Imagine minus 37 Celsius.
No. Just no. Why have school? How are you having school in that weather?
Because you live in Canada.
Well, there's your problem.
Well, a bus driver in Canada lost her job because she did something that made sense. Kendra Linden was fired for driving kids to school because her bus broke down in frigid temperatures. She walked out of her house, so she keeps her bus at the house, broke down. She called the local bus depot where the school buses are. I said, I need a mechanic. They said the earliest we can get a mechanic to you is an hour and a half.
Okay.
So she's got no way to pick up her kids that are standing out in 37 below Celsius. You don't want kids standing out there in this kind of weather.
No.
So she gets in her Escalade and goes, picks them up and takes them to school. She got fired.
Now, man.
Now, I understand the bus company says that's not one of our buses and everything.
Yeah.
But she'd been driving the same group of kids to school since kindergarten.
How many kids are we talking about?
She went on 3 separate trips, 21 kids total. So the kids were never in jeopardy. You know, school was 3.5, 4 miles away. So she got, 7 kids at a time.
By the way, we got Dan on the line.
So I don't know if this lady should have been fired. I think she did the right thing, and then they fired her.
I think we'll get back to this story.
Dan, are you there?
I'm right here.
Dan, how do you feel about that story? The bus driver's bus doesn't work. It's broke down. They can't get her mechanic for an hour and a half. It's 37 below zero. So she goes and picks the kids up in her Escalade and takes them to school and gets fired for it.
And once again, we can thank the lawyers for these wonderful laws in our country that we can't do the things that make common sense.
Yeah, she did something that makes perfect common sense, but in the realm of work, it's a fireable offense.
Yeah. Because they're always afraid they're going to get sued. Something bad's going to happen. So thanks to lawyers once again.
It's stories like this, Dan, that remind me there's a reason that piece of paper tag is on the cord of a hairdryer that says not to be used in a bathtub.
Or as we used to go skeet shooting on the box, it said, "Do not feed to pigs."
Right, do not feed to pigs, exactly.
Not to interrupt here, but a bus driver, and then she has an Escalade, so I don't know if that job really means a whole lot. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe a used Escalade, you don't know.
Well, I mean, hey, Escalade's Escalade.
All right, Dan, let's play Trivia Tuesday with Tom. The comic book hero Tintin is from what country? What European country?
Monsieur, that would be France.
France is not correct.
Ooh, and he sounded confident.
I thought it was French.
He's not French.
Oh.
Thanks for playing, though. Trivia Tuesday with Tom. Not France. The comic book hero Tintin hails from what European country?
He did the accent and everything.
And got it wrong.
Man.
Hey, coming up later in hour number 2, Buddy Martin joins us. Guess what we're doing for the first half hour of the show? Fake or factoid? Me versus the listeners.
Something I'd lose at.
Because Buddy's tired of me just beating the brains out of y'all, so he thinks listeners will have a better shot at y'all than you and Austin and you guys at beating me at fake or factoid. Guess what? Wrong.
So you're challenging
all of
entire listenership, which is all of Ocala.
By the way, I'm the smartest person in Ocala. Just ask me.
You'll make them play that numbers game.
Well, there you go. See?
I hate that numbers game.
That's what I'm saying. So, fake or factoid, first half hour to 4 o'clock hour. The city of Ocala versus Tom. And you have no shot at winning.
It's like a pickup basketball
Just
game.
like people right now have no shot at winning. The comic book hero Tintin hails from what European country? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win 2 rounds of golf at Ocala Golf Club on East Silver Springs Boulevard. That's Muni to those of us who play a lot of golf. So if you want to win 2 rounds of golf, that's a $70 value, $65, $70 value, depending on what time you play and what the rates are. Call the Climate Control Source hotline, 622-9622. So we got the common sense story of the bus driver being fired.
Can I bring up one thing?
What?
Ellen DeGeneres. 3.1 million retweets now. She broke not only the 1 million, the 2 million. She's
3 million
broken
on her A-list selfie picture. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you got the common sense bus driver who went and picked up kids in minus 37 degree weather. Not to be outdone, here's a moron from Hobie Sound, Florida.
Of course, it's got to be in Florida.
Michael Moore said his wife told him he'd been drinking in excess on a Sunday. So he decided, I'll just drive it off. Moore made that statement around 12:35 a.m. after an officer noticed his sport utility vehicle appeared to be speeding on US 1. Police stopped Moore and reportedly smelled booze. He appeared to have glassy eyes and slurred speech. He told officers he was coming from home and had a few drinks. He said he was en route to a bar for a few more. Moore told another officer he got no argument with his wife and left for a drive. He also told me that his wife said he'd been drinking too much, so he decided to go out and drive it off. Most people, sleep it off. He decided to drive it off. Nobody, thank God, was injured in a car wreck or anything while this drunk driver was on there. His blood alcohol level at the time of his arrest, 0.18. More than twice the legal limit. He got to do quite a bit of driving to drive that off.
Right.
Luckily, the police were there to apprehend a guy who didn't exercise common sense. Speaking of common sense, if you want to exercise your common sense by coming up with the answer, the comic book hero Tintin hails from what European country? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win 2 rounds of golf at Ocala Golf Club on East Silver Springs Boulevard, Muni to those of us who play a lot of golf. You know, there's an outbreak of war may happen at any day in the Ukraine. There's already revolutionary type stuff going on. Russia's armies trying, saying they may invade Ukraine.
It's getting crazy over there.
That doesn't deter the French.
Oh, no.
France has been asked, they had a deal with Russia to sell assault warships to Russia. Now with this ongoing crisis in the Ukraine and Russia threatening to invade the Ukraine, the French were asked, would they suspend the deal? French said, while we're trying to stop the Russian movement in the Ukraine and maintain, or rather establish dialogue, we agreed in 2011 to sell 2 Mistral helicopter carriers to Russia despite the concerns of Georgia and some NATO countries, and we're going through with the deal. So,
perfect timing.
Russia's knocking on the door of a country, threatening to invade it. France is saying, hey, we want to talk to them about it, but we're still going to sell them the assault helicopters that we agreed to sell them. Seems like somebody needs to contact the French and say, huh?
Just stop. Just stop.
Here Russia is at the doorstep of another country, ready to invade. France says, you can't invade, you can't invade, you can't invade, but we're still going to sell you those assault helicopters just in case you do. No offense, Gary Gregory. I know you live here in America now, and you probably think the French government's lost its marbles, too, for doing this kind of deal. Speaking of France, it was the incorrect answer to the Tintin question. What European country does comic book hero Tintin hail from? France was guessed. That was not the correct answer. If you know the correct answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win 2 tickets, 2 rounds of golf. I keep saying tickets. 2 rounds of golf to Ocala Golf Club. Candace Clatterball, Chris, her new head pro, the staff and the snack bar led by Jennifer. They all do a great job over there at Ocala Golf Club. And yes, I know everybody on a first name basis because I play a lot of golf over there. Buddy Martin joins us in an hour or 2. We're going to play an extended version of Fake or Factoid because Buddy's so tired of me bragging and gloating about how easy it is to beat you guys. He's now going to invite the entire city of Ocala to play Fake or Factoid. It's not really going to help. I'm still going to beat the brakes off of everybody.
One thing we haven't mentioned, you know what today is?
Today's Fat Tuesday.
Very Fat Tuesday.
Today's Fat Tuesday. If you got your king cake, hopefully you get the baby.
IHOP. Free pancakes.
Hopefully you get the baby. A lot of events going on around town. I didn't realize all the events around town that are going on. Like one of our contributors, Mojo's, they got a big Fat Tuesdays going on tonight. Right there at Mojo Grill. That's one of those things, Mardi Gras is one of those things you got to do at least once in your life. That's a bucket list thing, Josh. And I know you're not the crazy, out of control party, drinking heavily and everything because you're just a good kid, unlike somebody whose birthday is today. But anyway, I'm not going to say any names, JJ LaSalva. But anyway, Fat Tuesday in New Orleans, the last day of Mardi Gras, is complete and utter out of control chaos. That if you're 21 or 22, you got to do. There's just something about Fat Tuesdays in New Orleans. But that's the thing. You always think Mardi Gras is only a New Orleans thing. Every little parish and every little town in Louisiana has a Mardi Gras celebration. And it's the biggest celebration to them. You know how we do Christmas festivals? You know how Ocala does one, and Denellen does one, and Hawthorne does one, and Keystone does one, and Fort McCoy does one. That's how Mardi Gras is celebrated in Louisiana.
Interesting.
Tomorrow, for all us good Catholics, Ash Wednesday will be taking place tomorrow, the beginning of Lent. Have not decided what I'm giving up for Lent yet, Josh. I may do the people of Ocala service and give up radio for 40 days.
Hey, there you go. Or just give up faked or factoid.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we got time for one more caller on Tribune Tuesday with Tom, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
You know, Austin, I'm sitting here at the computer looking at our Facebook page, and boy, we really need to tell more listeners about our Facebook page.
No, Tom, see, you got it all wrong. Twitter is the new age.
What's a tweeter?
No, a Twitter, Tom. The Voice of Ocala has a Twitter.
We do? Well, how do we tell our listeners about that?
All they have to do is get the Twitter app or go to twitter.com, type in Voice of Ocala in the search box, and click follow.
All right, well, what's the tweeter do?
The Voice of Ocala's Twitter page updates all of its followers on the latest news, guests, giveaways, and contests.
Oh, okay. But couldn't listeners just tune in weekdays from 3 to 6 to 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, or even go to online at WOCA.com? Wouldn't that be easier?
Yeah, okay, maybe.
Here in Florida, when you're looking to go to the beach, you've got hundreds of options. Theme parks, no shortage of options there either. But when it comes to home insurance, most companies have only one option. Allstate is different. Here in Florida, Allstate agents offer home insurance options from several companies, so they can help you get the coverage that's right for you. And they'll help you save on quality car insurance, too. For starters, safe drivers save 45% with Allstate. So before you settle for just one option, talk to someone with many home and car insurance options. Your local Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
For more information, call the McDonald Agency at 352-622-2333 or visit us online at themcdonaldagency.com.
Allstate has no financial responsibility to you for any home insurance policy you purchase and would not be responsible for any claims. Allstate does not make any representations or accept liability related to operations of home insurance companies, including but not limited to their financial conditions. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. We're in Florida. Intervals of clouds and sun today with a passing shower. Highs ranging from 69 in the northernmost part of the zone to 78 in the southernmost part. It'll be mostly cloudy tonight with a low of 60 to 65. Clouds and some sunshine tomorrow with a shower. Highs ranging from 72 in the northernmost part of the zone to 82 in the south. And for Thursday, mostly cloudy with showers and thunderstorms. Highs in the 70s. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Hi, this is Joe from Damage Control Services. Join me Tuesdays at 10:30 when we discuss what to do when your property gets damaged, how to fix it fast, and get back on track. At Damage Control, we specialize in helping home and business owners recover from damage caused by floods, fires, storms, tree damage, mold, and all other insurance-related disasters. So when disaster strikes, big or small, call Damage Control Services. Call me 352-817-6574.
352-507-5352. 352-507-5352. 352-507-5352.
Tom.
352-507-5352.
Tom!
What?
What is that phone number?
Oh, that's our new number for the Voice of Ocala text line, 352-507-5352. If you want to reach Buddy, me, or any of y'all via text. So all you got to do is text 352-507-5352 anytime.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offered at an included dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
We're back in the Voice of Ocala, Tribune Tuesday with Tom. Got about 30 seconds if you want to take one more caller. Tribune Tuesday with Tom. If you know this answer, comic book hero 1010 hails from what European country? We'll take one caller next 10, 15 seconds if we can get one for your chance to win 2 rounds of golf to the Ocala Golf Club on East Silver Springs Boulevard. Candace Clatterbaugh and her group out there at Muni do a great job. Here's your chance to win 2 free rounds of golf to Ocala Municipal Golf Club. Got about another 20 seconds. We'll take a caller.
I'm interested to know the answer to this.
You've heard all this controversy about red light cameras and everything?
Yes, I have.
It's Winnelow Floor in Tamarack, Florida.
Another Florida story. Here we go.
A Local 10 investigation, the local TV down there, found that drivers in Tamarack racing to the emergency room are being ticketed by one of the city's red light cameras. And the city is making you pay those fines. Jacob Alache was worried he was having a heart attack. I couldn't really breathe. I was sweating. My arm was numb. I was having bad chest pains. I didn't stop for that light. I thought I was dying. It's right at the entrance to the hospital.
Oh.
A few weeks later, he said he experienced similar symptoms. We received a $158 ticket in the mail. I was scared and had to get to the hospital as soon as possible. Luckily for me, they caught it before it was a full-blown heart attack, but then the city fined me. I went to a hearing and the judge told me not a good enough excuse. Sorry, $158 fine.
Wow, that's the more surprising of the two. Wow.
Ticket attorney Ted Hollander of the Ticket Clinic believes the city put the camera there specifically to nab drivers desperate for medical help that they'll so desperate they'll run a red light. It's a revenue source for the city, he says.
That's sad.
He says, I've been a lawyer a long time. I've never really seen a city do something that's so greedy. The person that's the judge is paid by Tamarack. Tamarack is the same city that's giving the tickets, so what wouldn't that person say? Of course, Tamarack gets the money. The red light camera on University Drive near the hospital is one of 9 red light cameras in there. The cross street is 72nd. The city calls it one of the most dangerous intersections, yet there's only one camera there. It points north, where it can only catch drivers turning into the hospital. Wow.
That's disgusting.
That is. I can't believe
disgusting.
that. I'm never going to Tamarack for the hospital, thank God. Hey, the answer to the 1010 question, he was from Belgium.
Huh.
1010 from Belgium. Coming up in hour 2, Buddy Martin joins the Fracas. Going to play an extended Faker Factoid. He's so tired of me beating y'all to death at Faker Factoid. He's going to try to get the whole city of Ocala to beat me at Faker Factoid. Not going to happen. We'll see next. Faker Factoid, me versus the city. Coming up next. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. Hey, and if you got a comment on any of the stories we talked about in hour number 1, text us at 352-507-5352. That's right, text the voice of Ocala, 352-507-5352, right here at The Source.
Here in Florida, when you're looking to go to the beach, you've got hundreds of options. Theme parks? No shortage of options there either. But when it comes to home insurance, most companies have only one option. Allstate is different. Here in Florida, Allstate agents offer home insurance options from several companies, so they can help you get the coverage that's right for you. And they'll help you save on quality car insurance, too. For starters, safe drivers save 45% with Allstate. So before you settle for just one option, talk to someone with many home and car insurance options. Your local Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
For more information, call the McDonald Agency at 352-622-2333 or visit us online at themcdonaldagency.com.
Allstate has no financial responsibility to you for any home insurance policy you purchase and would not be responsible for any claims. Allstate does not make any representations or accept liability related to operations of home insurance companies, including but not limited to their financial conditions, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialists. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Getting a head start in learning to read is more important now than ever for our young children. The Reading Pals program of Marion County pairs up reading mentors with struggling kindergartners and helps them get up to speed in their most important years. But they need volunteers. If you'd like to be a Reading Pal, call Jan Hathaway at the United Way at 732-9696. That's 732-9696. Be a Reading Pal today.
For illnesses and minor injuries, visit Family Care Specialists Urgent Care offices with 2 convenient locations. Our North Ocala office is at 1111 Northeast 25th Avenue, and our Bellevue office is at 4850 Southeast 110th Street, right next to Walgreens. The medical team at Urgent Care can also handle well child and well adult exams, school and work physicals, immunizations, laboratory services, EKGs, and x-rays. Most insurances are accepted. Walk-ins are welcome. Family Care Specialist Urgent Care for illnesses and minor injuries.
What you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Crash diets can literally warp our body because when you gain the weight back, which most people do, by the way, it can end up in completely different places. You get more stains and discoloration from red wine, but white wine is more acidic, so it can etch tooth enamel and makes your teeth even more vulnerable to stains from dark-colored food. Kids who miss the most sleep have the hardest time solving math problems and have the worst memory skills.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Phoenix Promotional Solutions, your company supplier of banners, digital decals, yard signs, and magnetic signs. Where you give them approved artwork by noon, the next day by 4 p.m., you pick up your banners, digital decals, yard signs, and magnetic signs. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404. That's 368-2404. Don't forget, they do vehicle wraps also. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404.
How good does it get? Golf has long been considered to be sport's most prestigious game, and WOCA has your connection to everything in the golf world. Every first and third Thursday at 10 a.m., tune in for Let's Talk Golf with your host, PGA professional and teacher to the stars, Jim Beckett, and operations manager for the Links of Spruce Creek South, Darren Irwin, right here on The Source.
Stay informed on everything going on in the Villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the Villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
So you know the dangers of texting and driving. A new study finds texting and walking results in even more injuries per mile. University of Buffalo researchers say all that bumping into walls, tripping over clutter, and falling down stairs adds up, not to mention stepping into traffic. She says her parents threw her out. They say she left because she didn't want to follow their rules. A judge will decide if Rachel Canning's parents must pay for her high school and college tuition. The 18-year-old honor student is suing them for financial report. Looking for a home? You may want to get a move on it. Real estate data provider CoreLogic says prices rose more than a percentage point last month and are up more than 12% from this time last year. It's one of the few malls in the world that people will actually travel hundreds of miles in order to visit. Well, soon you'll also be able to stay at the Mall of America. You never have to leave. The shopping center, a mega shopping center in Minnesota, has announced a $300 million expansion, which includes a luxury hotel. This is ABC News.
Staples has great deals on everything you need to keep a germ-free office. From latex gloves and antibacterial wipes to steam cleaners and keyboard vacuums. Everything. Sorry. Except germ-free coworkers. Thousands of products added online every day. Text CLEAN to 555-444 and get 15% off your cleaning supply purchase. Staples. Make more happen.
Offer valid in store and at staples.com through 3/15/14. Exclusions may apply. You'll receive one message per text message and data rates may apply. No purchase necessary. See staples.com/SMS for Staples mobile terms and conditions.
I want my company's network to be safer and more reliable.
Do you want to deal with multiple vendors?
No.
Are per user fees and added feature costs okay?
No.
How about solutions that are hard to install and use?
No.
Offshore or automated phone tree support okay?
No.
Then yes, we can help.
Barracuda Networks offers the largest family of powerful, affordable security, networking, and storage solutions designed to protect business users, apps, and data. All from a single source that's easy to do business with. Protect your business. Visit barracuda.com/products to try any free for 30
Yes, it's time again for Buddy Martin. Call him up and tell him what you're thinking. But be kind because he's doing the best he can.
I'm just sick of all the amateur stuff, you know? I mean, like, if I'm paying top dollar, I want a little production value, you know? Like some editing, transition, something, some music.
Don't worry, we didn't leave you.
He's gone? He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Our bosses say we gotta stay.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei. It's time for the second hour of The Voice of Ocala. Hoo-ah!
You ever come across anything like time travel?
Come on, stick around. It's free.
If you win, you win. If you lose, you still win.
Hello, welcome to the second hour of The Voice of Ocala here on a somewhat sunny and brisk, just a little bit of a brisk breeze in the air on a Tuesday here at the Paddock Mall. And Buddy Martin picking up now from where Tom and Josh left off. And today on the program, on this particular segment of the program, we're going to pick it up where Tom left off with his Trivianator, and we're going to play a game of fake or factoid. We're going to let you, the listener, participate in this great game called Fake or Factoid, soon to be syndicated on television, along with Wheel of Fortune and other famous stories and other famous shows. I don't know if Jeopardy. Well, I'd rank it right there with Jeopardy, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I may be better than Alex Trebek.
You might be, but I might be smarter. So there you go. But anyway, so this is how it works. We're going to group them with threes today. Give everybody a chance. You go 3 times, fake or factoid, you have to say. I don't give you any numbers or anything like that. Our tiebreaker, if we need it, we'll come up with one. And if you can beat Tom on those 3, then we'll give you a prize. I brought in one more book copy of The Boys from Old Florida, Inside Gator Nation, which has been reprinted. And we'll donate that to the cause, along with whatever Tom's got for goodies back there we can give away, if you beat Tom. If you beat Tom. We'll see about that. We'll begin that after the first segment. But right now, I want to talk about that story Tom read in the first hour about Tamarack. What an incredibly stupid thing to do, to put a red light camera up in front of a hospital where it points north and it aims only at the people trying to get to the hospital.
Yeah, it points north where it can catch only drivers turning into the hospital.
And the guy thought he had a heart attack, and actually I guess he did have one eventually, and went to the hospital, raced through the last stoplight, as Tom said, got to the hospital and got home only to find he had in the mail a ticket for $168, went to the judge and told the judge, hey, I thought I was having a heart attack. I was chest pains. I was sweating. Judge said, not good enough, $168. And as the lawyer so accurately pointed out, the patrolman and the judge both get paid by the city of...
Right, Tamarack.
I'm assuming it's the city judge. It could have been...
It's the city magistrate.
Yeah, it's got to be the city.
And the mayor, of course, Harry Dressler, said, we're not preying on anyone. They're breaking the law by running the red light.
Mm-hmm.
I think the magistrate has done exactly what the magistrate should do. Upheld violations issued to emergency room patients that have violated the law by running a red light. So the message they're sending, buddy, if you got to get to the emergency room in Tamarack, if you're having trouble breathing or you got a knife stuck in your neck or something, Make sure you stop for that red light.
Yeah, make sure if you're bleeding, if you have been shot in the chest, that you stop there. And Greg Graham, the chief of police, will be on the program with us on Monday. He's going to come and talk about the Heart Walk, which he's doing. He's big raising fund months for the Heart Association. And he was at one time a big proponent of red light cameras. I think he's backed off of that now. We'll ask him that question, get his take on that. Meanwhile, on the show today, I'm not going to trash John Travolta because like David Letterman said last night, every night on his show, he mispronounces somebody's name. And we do our fair share of that around here. I do. Mispronounce names. And, it was like when Travolta said that, he was enunciated, all the words. Well, but the words leading up to it. It's like this great declaration. He announced that this great, wonderful performer who sang, of course, "Let It Go" from Frozen.
How do you say her name? Idina Menzel?
Idina Menzel. He said, and if you watch the replay, and the minute he says it, he knows it's wrong.
He said the wrong
He
word.
would like to pull the words back into his mouth, but he quickly turns his head and walks away, and it came out. And, of course, everybody's having a field day with it today and last night. Adela Dazeem.
Right. So I did a little research, buddy.
Well, let's go see what John had to say about that. Here's what John said last night. Then you can give us your research.
One and only Adela Dazeem.
Adela Dazeem. Okay.
It's the best I can do for you.
That's good enough. What you got, Tom?
Yeah. Well, Larry handed me a piece of paper earlier today. Larry and Robin and Joe and all the guys here, some of the crack research stuff.
Converted their names to John Travolta.
They
that's a game now. You can do that.
A new online generator that will Travoltify any name.
Right. That's what I said. It's actually been posted all over the place.
And
now.
so they Travoltified everybody's name here at the radio station.
Well, give me yours and mine and Josh's, whatever.
Well, they didn't. The people that actually mattered at the radio station. Josh did not get his name done.
I didn't make the cut.
Josh matters a lot lately. You better be. They bailed you out today, by the way.
Joe Martone is Jay Mozur.
That kind of fits him.
Tom Schmitz, Theo Smoyth.
Theo Smoyth.
Theo Smoyth.
Hi, my name is Theo Smoyth.
I like that. Theo
Buddy
Smoyth,
Martin,
don't you?
Barry Merton.
Oh, I like that a lot. Barry Merchant. B-A or B-E?
B-A-R-R-Y, M-E-R-T-I-N.
M-A-R, that's how I spell it.
Angie Lewis, Iafoy Leswis.
I don't think Angie's going to like that name.
Ocala, Florida, where we live, John Travolta would have enunciated it, Olivia Ferguson. And finally, Vinnie Barbarino, you remember that character John Travolta played?
Yeah.
He would have announced it, Victor Belray.
Yeah.
And finally, how would John Travolta have said John Travolta? Jan Zazamus. According to the Travoltifier online.
Adela Dazeem.
Yeah.
Did you know that somebody opened an account on Twitter?
Name that. Yeah.
He had like 6,000 followers immediately.
Did you hear about Eleanor going over 3 million retweets?
Yeah, I heard Josh talking about that. Yeah. This thing's all over the internet. So I'm not beating John Travolta up. I'll tell you why. I mean, I heard someone describe it this way. He's going along. He's reading the prompter. He sounds very good. I mean, he's really putting the effort into it to make it meaningful and wants to give the young lady a nice introduction. By the way, how nice is it to have John Travolta introducing you? Pretty cool, right? And he gets right to that name, and you can see the panic in his eyes. Adele Dazeem, and he turns like, okay, I'm not going to acknowledge this. He didn't say, hey, I meant to say this. He just walked away. But look.
We've all done it.
We butchered names all the time. I think I told Dave Pingelador for about a year before while he's on the show, I believe.
You call him Pingelador.
Pingelador, yeah.
And he finally called you out about it.
No, he didn't. JJ did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, JJ, that's right.
I think he spoke to JJ. Tell everybody to get my name right after about a year of that. He'll be on, by the way, today.
Funny.
Yeah, Pingelador,
yeah. So Pingelador will be on the program today. And also, we got Tony Barnhart, who's going to be on talking a little bit of SEC football. And
so he didn't big time us yesterday?
No, he had a sick grandchild. He had to go to the clinic to take her in. And I knew, like I told you.
That's a good granddad.
I told you something had to happen for Tony not to be on, because over the years I've been on radio with Tony a billion times. He's never let me down.
He didn't run a red light going to that clinic, did he?
I hope not. There's a special book out I want to talk about today. And we're going to come back from our figure factoid. I'll tell you about it. I would put Dan Jenkins in the top 10 authors of any kind for me at my taste. And I put him in my top 3 sports writers in terms of how he writes. And I'll tell you about that when we come back.
He's in my top 5 of Twitter, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, well, he was made for Twitter with one-liners.
He's perfect for Twitter.
Well, I've got an interview from Texas Monthly, and I've also got a little dialogue back and forth with Dan, which I've been carrying on in an email today with him. And if all goes well, next Monday, we'll have Dan Jenkins on the program at 5 o'clock. The great Dan Jenkins is His Own Self. His book is called His Own Self, which is his name for himself. We'll take a break, come back. Are you ready out there, America, to play fake or factoid against Tom Schmitz?
No shot.
What was that name again you had? What was that? What's that, John Travolta?
Theo Smoyth.
Are you ready to play fake or factoid against Theo Smoyth?
They got no shot.
Let's see if you can beat him. We're going to give you 3. Let's see if you can beat Tom. Telephone number is
352-622-9622. That's the Climate Control Source hotline.
Back after this timeout on
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. If you want to join in on the conversation, do so by texting us at 352-507-5352. Reach out to the Voice of Ocala. 352-507-5352 is the text line. Right here at the Source.
Since 1976, Daniel L. Hightower, a lawyer, has been fighting for accident victim justice in North Central Florida and statewide. He believes everyone in America should follow the rules, including the insurance companies. He and his firm have experience fighting for victims of personal injury, wrongful death, workers' compensation, and Social Security disability, as well as serving those in need of help with bankruptcy, simple wills, and estate plans. The mission at the law offices of Daniel L. Hightower, PA, is to represent deserving clients and recover the maximum benefits they are entitled to by law in a timely manner. In personal injury and workers' compensation cases, there are no fees or costs unless a recovery is made. The law office of Daniel L. Hightower is located at 7 East Silver Springs Boulevard, Suite 300. For your free consultation, call 352-629-7777 or 1-888-LAW-1976 and visit danhightower.com for more information. Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice, and the proud sponsor of Ask the Cops.
This reprise of Ask the Cops is proudly brought to you by Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976.
Here's Sheriff Chris Blair of the Marion County Sheriff's Office talking about community involvement.
Your thoughts about giving and about giving back, and what your model is for that.
From our perspective, it's in us, to serve our community. That's what we wanted to do probably as young men, and we came up that way. And it's just so important to make sure, as the chief said, that we keep our community safe. And in doing that, we try to work with organizations throughout the community. If they have needs that they need, we certainly jump in and try to help them out.
Now remember to catch Ask the Cops every second and fourth Friday of the month, right here on WOCA, brought to you by Daniel L. Hightower, lawyer, fighting for accident victims justice since 1976.
If you need a sign or a banner for your yard or your business or your campaign, I'd recommend you go to Signs Unlimited at 318 South Magnolia in Ocala. Screen printing, embroidery, digital graphics. Do what I did when we needed signs for the Save the Marion Theater Group. Go see Vic Buttermore at Signs Unlimited if you want quality work with a fast turnaround from somebody who is deeply committed to his community and always ready to assist you. There's a reason Vic's slogan is, "It's our business to make your business better." Sign up for Signs Unlimited. Call 732-7341 today.
Your official news source, WOCA.
The sound of the bat cracking, the crowd cheering, the smell of overpriced but tasty hot dogs, the memories that will last a lifetime of your first baseball game with Little Johnny. Your team wins. It was a great night until you get home. It's 9 p.m. and your wife says you have no water.
We have no water.
What do you do?
What do you do?
Rule number 1, don't panic. Remain calm. Okay, that's 2 rules.
We don't have time for jokes, funny man.
Okay, think back. On the way home, you heard a radio commercial.
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Eureka! You saved the day. You remembered that Mike Scott Plumbing doesn't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. You are a genius.
Hey, Mr. Genius, did you remember the phone number?
Of course you did. Remember, you're a genius. 352-237-2888. Because at Mike Scott Plumbing, if water runs through it, we do it. Even if water's not running through it at this particular moment. Mike Scott Plumbing.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. You don't have to sacrifice convenience for local personal service.
At Florida Credit Union, you can transfer your high credit card balances to our rewards card and actually get paid with cash back. You'll enjoy low rates and a customizable card that fits your lifestyle for free.
Never tried a credit union? Maybe it's time for a new game plan.
The Florida Credit Union Wave Card, connecting your money to your life.
They were jamming Steve Miller till its last call at 1:45. A Dr. Pepper chaser for another shot of Jaeger, and you're bringing that she's a leaving with the you.
All right, back on Voice of Ocala. I just finally connected with Dan Jenkins. I've got a dialogue going back and forth with Dan, who's the author, great sports writer, author of a new book called Dan Jenkins, His Own Self. And it's a significant book because I've been begging Dan for 20 years to write this book. I have talked to him hours upon hours upon hours, including a 6-hour road trip once we took from Augusta North, and he dropped me off up in Philadelphia someplace, and said, you've had so many interesting moments and so many, you know, so many people. Everybody knows Dan, everybody. He said, been around movie stars and authors, and he has a huge following, and he's funny. He's had he's had a kind of a raucous life, you know. He's a party, but it was a party boy way back in the day, like to have a few cocktails. And he said, nobody cares about me. I said, you're crazy, man. People would kill to be able to know what your life is like. So finally, I find out I read an interview online. Sally Jenkins' daughter is a sports writer for the Washington Post and novelist, writer, author, put out a tweet about his book being out. And so I finally reached out to Dan and said, can the guy who begged you for 20 years get you on a podunk radio show? And we went back and forth 4 or 5 different communiques, and finally we got the time right. Now it's set for 5:15 next Monday, right here on our program. The great Dan Jenkins will be on our show. I'm excited about that, and I just got to say that he probably won't come across on the radio as this kind of guy. He's a funny guy. He's a very learned guy. He's one of the best dinner guests you could ever have. If you go to dinner with Dan Jenkins, you better bring something, because he expects you to tell him what you know. He said, what's going on? What do you know? He wants you to tell him what you know. And he doesn't like people who sit around mamby-pamby and kissing butt and talking trash and whatever. He wants you to bring something. And I find him delightful to have dinner with when our friends, we go to U.S. Open or something, and he has to. You don't invite anybody else to Dan Jenkins' table. He invites everybody. Anyway, Dan's book is out, and I'm going to talk to him next Monday, and we'll talk more about that. And I've got an interview from Texas Monthly. All right, this is how this works, Tom. You tell me, since you're the master of the games, how should we do this? I've got 3 faker factoids here, which you're going to challenge the people to answer.
See if anybody's got the guts to call in and play.
I don't think they'll know what it is.
I don't think they got the guts. I know.
I don't think they.
They know what it is.
They
know the game.
They know?
Factoid.
You think?
Oh, if you listen to the show, you know we ask a question. You either say whether you think it's fake or factoid.
Yeah.
It's true or false. We just call it by another name.
Should we just do a trial run real quick to sign it?
Well, I would have to use my questions. But
call 622-9622 if you want to take on the Trivianator and fake or factoid.
I'll give you one real quick, okay? Here you go. And you can think about this and call up and say fake or factoid. And then that gets you, if you're correct, it gets you the next.
Oh, we got a caller calling in already, see?
All right, let's see.
I told you. Look.
This is a nationally famous game. This game is, we have a crack research staff that travels the world getting this.
And people have no shot at beating me. I hope Pete calls in so I can beat him.
I'm so sick of you being, aren't you, Josh?
Yes.
No, who do you got, Josh?
Who do we,
live right now?
Caller, who do we have?
Hey, this is Chris.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
You know, you say your staff was on crack? What was that?
No, crack research staff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's different. Okay.
But that could be the case too. We're not sure because they travel the world. We don't know what they do.
Chris, no hard feelings when I beat the brakes off of you. Sorry ahead of time.
Chris, please, please.
Hey, talk is free.
All right, you know how this
is free.
You know how this game goes.
I have an idea.
All right, will you read your
You're
statement?
gonna say something. I'm going to tell you whether it's true, or real, or fake.
Correct, and you'll take turns going first. Pick a number between 1 and 10, and I'll see who gets it right and go first. Go ahead, Chris. Pick a number between 1 and 10.
7.
That's
6.
the number.
Oh,
Number 7. The number, yeah. All right, so Chris, he gets to go for you have an option. You want him to go first? Yeah, you want him to go first. No. Yeah, you want him to go first. So you can. All right, here's the number 1. Fake or factoid. If you know the answer, you got a chance to win what, Tom?
Let's give him what's that book you got right there?
Oh, wait, let's find out. Are you a football fan, Gator fan like that at all, or do you like sports?
I am a football fan, NFL and Gators, yes.
I have a book written by, Buddy Martin, called The Boys from Old Florida, Inside Gator Nation, a reprint that came out last fall. If you like, you will win that book if you can beat Tom, all right? And I'll sign it for you.
First printing of that.
Good. Well, this is just another issue of it. It's got a little addition on the back of it, and we'll sign it for you, okay?
Right.
Well, I find something else for you, too. All right, here we go. Number 1, fake or factoid. Contrary to popular belief, possum, squirrels, chipmunks, and mice do not carry rabies. Tom?
Fake.
Tom says fake. Chris?
Possum, squirrels.
Possum, squirrels, chipmunk, and mice do not carry rabies.
I'll say that is true.
You say factoid, but you don't say
I
true.
say fake.
I say it's fact. I think they do not actually carry rabies.
All right. First round goes to Chris. It's factoid. All right, here we go, Chris. You're up by 1.
Up.
Here we go. Number 2. Tom has to go. Chris, you go first. Red birds cannot see green.
Red birds cannot see green?
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
You say that's factoid? Okay.
Factoid.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tom?
I'm going with fact.
You're going with fact.
Yep.
You're both wrong, and Tom, you're out.
I lose. Look at that. Chris wins.
Yeah, Chris wins. Good job, Chris. Way to go. We got some music. Give it a little. Play a little. Play a little Gator music. Way to go, Chris.
There you go.
All right, I got your book.
Okay.
I'll sign it for you if you'd like, and leave it here at the station. You can pick it up. You know where we are at the Paddock Mall, right?
You guys are in the mall now.
The
Yeah,
Paddock
we're at the
Mall.
Paddock Mall right at the food court entrance.
And can't miss us.
Okay, very good.
I'll sign it for you. Leave it at the front. Thank you for playing the fake or a factoid, Chris.
I'm there about once a week, so I'll see you guys soon.
All right, Chris, thank you. All right, let's get a pen.
See, somebody beat me already.
Tom, you got beat.
Yeah. Way to go, Chris. Yeah, Chris. Yeah.
I mean, I went 0 for 2.
You did, man. You can't afford that. You've missed 2. You're out, Jack.
Well, let's give some more stuff away. Hey, how about a round of golf at Ocala Municipal Golf Club?
1 or 2 or 3?
Let's give away 1.
1. All right, a round of golf. Here we go.
Call in the Climate Control Source
See
Hotline.
if you can
622.
join Chris in beating the brakes off of Tom.
Come on, call the Climate Control Source
Beating
Hotline.
the brakes off of Tom. Beating the
clean
brakes off.
sweep.
Oh, yeah, wasn't even
Clean
close.
sweep.
Wasn't even close.
man.
0 and 2 I
We
went.
get some celebration music or something.
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
Call the Climate Control Source Hotline, 622-9622. Win a free round of golf at Ocala Municipal Golf Club.
You think you're making a comeback, don't you?
No, I'm going to make a comeback.
You are?
It's not
You make it deep for the whole day.
Not thinking, pal.
Chris says
I'm making
box
a
your
comeback.
ears, man.
See, look,
Give it a shot.
everybody realizes Chris won, so now I'm aggravated, so nobody's calling in now. They don't want to get beat.
They're afraid of you now.
They are.
Yeah,
They're
afraid of you.
They're afraid. Now you got my attention, see, and all of a sudden people don't want to call. They're scared.
622-9622.
People are scared to call and play against me.
No, they're not.
They're frightened.
Pretty easy. It's
Look,
just
those
fake-
2 guys walking by the window, shaking with fear.
Yeah, they're scared to play you.
Look at them. I can tell.
Let's see if they'll tee it up with you. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for someone to call, let me get to this conversation I had with Dan Jenkins. So I write, so how does one with a small put-on radio show get his own self on the show to talk about the book that he has been begging him to write for 20 years? That's for me. And he says, you can start by asking and give me a day and time or selection thereof, DJ. I said, waiting for a book to arrive, ordered today. How about Wednesday, March 12 at 5:15? Dan says, you just hit the one time I can't do it. Book party that night. Starts at 5. Give me another choice. I want to do it with you. said, okay, I very much want to do the interview with you. How about Monday, 5:15, 20, 30 minutes top? D. Dan says, your time or my time? I write back, mine. He writes, okay, it's 4:15 my time, and you will call me, right? And he gives me the number. So we're on.
So there you go, Dan Jenkins.
Dan Jenkins will be with us.
You know what I noticed he didn't do, though?
What's that?
Send you an advanced copy of the book.
Well, he does. I got all of his books. He actually went to his library and gave me about 8 of his books that he'd written. I've got them all in my house. And, he probably just didn't think of it. But he would if I'd asked him. But I like to buy the books. I like to support the authors. So I've got his whole library in my house. So here, Harry, want to hear what he says about
what did he say?
Sports writers?
Yeah.
This is the interview in Texas Monthly. A lot of the sports writers you mentioned in the book are writing online. Do you see a parallel between that irreverence that you guys had under Blackie Sherritt? He was the guy who was a columnist.
Right.
And the Fort Worth Star Press and sites like Deadspin. First of all, I was really surprised Dan would even know what Deadspin was. Dan said, God, they're even more irreverent now. They really are. They passed me by. My heroes were John Lardner and Red Smith. By the way, he thinks John Lardner was the greatest sports writer of all time.
Right.
They didn't draw blood. I tried to draw a little blood, and now these guys today want to draw a lot of blood. Maybe it's because they don't make enough money.
Maybe it. I think we have somebody that wants to go down to defeat.
We have a challenger. Her name is Linnell. She says,
Linnell,
bring it on.
All right, Linnell.
Look, Linnell's tried to beat me at Trivinator Tuesday before.
This ain't Trivinator Tuesday. This is a different game.
How'd that work out for you on Tuesdays, Linnell, when you tried to beat the Trivinator?
I've won a few things before. We'll do it again.
Come on, Linnell. You ready to go? Pick a number between 1 and 10 and see who goes first. You go first. Go ahead, Linnell. You got the number again.
Wow.
I swear. Twice in a row. 3 is the number.
Buddy's not doing you a favor, Tom.
No.
Buddy is purposely saying they're getting the number.
I swear to you, that was the number. Okay, then you want Tom to go first, right? Yes, to your advantage. To your advantage. Okay.
Fake or factoid? Where's the music? Are we not going to have the music for this segment?
Well, we're just practicing now. Go ahead, put it up anytime. Okay, here you go, Tom. Cats cannot hear high C on the musical scale.
Fact.
Tom says fact. Linnell?
Then I'll say fake.
And Linnell says fake. Anybody want to change their answer? All right. It's fake. Linnell wins.
Wow, she's up 1-0.
Already you're in trouble, big boy. You're getting killed.
Yeah.
She got the number, too.
Ooh, you better go to Las Vegas, girl. Okay.
Question 2. Who's first, Linnell or me?
Linnell's first this time. Right. Linnell, manatees possess vocal cords, which give them the ability to speak like humans, but don't do so because they have no ears with which to hear the sound.
They are mammals, so I will say that is factoid.
Factoid. She even said the right thing. It's factoid.
She's right. That's factoid.
It's factoid. You say? Yeah. Anybody want to change their answer?
No.
You're both right. That means Linnell takes a 1-0 lead to the final question. She can't lose. She can only tie.
She's dormy.
She's dormy. That's a golf term, by the way. Okay, you ready? Tom goes first.
Yeah.
Camel milk does not curdle.
Fact.
Linnell?
Fact.
Factoid? You're both correct, and that means Linnell wins.
You win.
Yay! Way to go. Good. Well played, Linnell. Well played. Yes.
Listen, tomorrow is my anniversary.
Yes.
I'll be giving that to my husband for our anniversary.
Congratulations. Round of golf to Ocala Golf Club.
Now, wait. Now, let's say a little more than that about your husband. What's his name? You want to give it on the air, and so we know what year?
Yes. His name is Danny, and tomorrow is our 32nd anniversary.
All right. That's wonderful, Linnell. Well, congratulations, and hope you have a great next 32 years. And congratulations on winning the prize, winning the round of golf. That's a good present for him. Tom will tell you to stay on hold, and Josh will tell you how to pick up the prize. We'll take a break. Come back for more right here on the Voice of Ocala. Oh, my goodness. It's killing time. Come on, bring it on right here on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA. The Source.
Hi, it's Lisa Midget with Kinetic Motion Fitness. I'm looking forward to a fun, healthy summer, and I have a few ideas that might just help you and your friends stay in shape and have fun too. Along with awesome personal training and group classes at our warm and inviting fitness studio, we also offer fitness classes at your home or business. And if you're tired of the same old, boring cake and punch party, why not let us host a hot new health trend, a fitness party at your home or office? If you're having a hard time getting to the gym this summer because of your crazy schedule, then work out with your friends or coworkers in a private group fitness class or host a fitness party at your home or office. We will bring you and your friends or coworkers one of our great workouts like Zumba, Pilates, Body Bar, Yoga, Tai Chi, Boot Camp, or Zumba Tonics for kids. We can even help you reach your long-term goals by meeting at your place weekly for an on-location workout. Check out our website at kmfocala.com and like us on Facebook. Kinetic Motion Fitness is located just 5 minutes from downtown Ocala near the Skylark Plaza. Kinetic Motion Fitness. We're ready when you are.
Are you in the process of planning your wedding reception? Or are you planning that birthday party for someone special? Or maybe you're just looking to throw a party for yourself? Are you in charge of this year's company outing and looking for something fresh and fun to do? Well, KT Entertainment is your answer to all those questions. We provide music, trivia, and karaoke for everybody's enjoyment. If you would like to get in touch with KT Entertainment and find out about our competitive prices, call us at 352-512-2611. That's 352-512-2611. Or you can find us on the web at kt4fun.com. That's KT, the number 4, fun.com. So remember, whether it's a wedding reception, a party, or a company outing, it's KT Entertainment for all your karaoke, trivia, or musical needs.
Alice?
Yes, George?
Your cousin Myrtle wants to watch TV.
So?
She wants to watch TV in our living room.
So?
Well, she needs your chair.
So get her chair.
But it's in Devon Self-Storage and she wrapped it well with the supplies and it's 8 o'clock at night.
So? Devon Self-Storage is open late and you have your passcode and you know where they are across from Hobby Lobby.
But Alice!
You can call them tomorrow at 873-0777 and thank them for being open late.
But Alice, I just got my warm jammies.
George.
I'll be back with a chair from Devon Self-Storage.
Thanks, George. Thanks.
Hey, it's Christy with Ocala Mac and PC Repair and Ocala Guest Wi-Fi to let you know we have you covered. We are the only local certified Apple and Microsoft computer company in Ocala. We are family owned and operated. From mobile repair to wireless networks, viruses, new systems, or security cameras, we do it all. Check us out online, ocalamacpc.com, or give us a call, 352-566-8324.
Tell them Nick, Madison, or Mason sent you and get free diagnostic.
Get your internet telephone service from the company that brought affordable internet service to Ocala in the first place. All is Safe is a sister company of Ocala Guest Wi-Fi, a company you've known and trusted for all your internet needs. Whether you need a phone or hundreds, we've got the products and services to meet your needs both now and in the future. Our plans include everything from local and long-distance calling to equipment maintenance and even software upgrades. You can count on All is Safe to give you cost certainty knowing that your bill will be the same next week, next month, or even next year. Call 352-450-8647 today to learn how to cut your monthly telephone bill up to 60%.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Don't get caught without your daily source of senior deals. Pick up your copy of the Senior Voice newspaper. It's your source for schedule and events tailored to seniors, with information you need, like a list of free events in the area. We even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company to you that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about them. For more information, call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223. And pick up your copy of the Senior's Voice at most any business up and down the 200 corridor.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
This is Tom Schmitz live in the WOCA News Center with this news break brought to you by the Angie Lewis State Farm Agency. According to Ocala.com, prosecutors have dropped the charges against an Ocala man accused of torching or trying to burn 6 vehicles, including law enforcement patrol cars. According to court records, Assistant State Attorney Aaron Walters said that although there was probable cause to arrest Dylan Martin, there is insufficient evidence to sustain a conviction. The prosecutor says a witness recanted, and the only evidence is circumstantial. This news break was brought to you by Angie Lewis State Farm Agency. Join Angie weekly for her Biz Buzz or Good Neighbor Award.
Take you on a slow drive, you and I hanging there, kissing in the street light. Didn't matter where or when, we just went every time.
All right, open the phone lines back up, 622-9622, the Climate Control Hotline, and you can play Fake or Facto with a chance to hammer.
Let's give him a $10 gift card to Mojo's Grill.
$10 gift, just the pleasure of beating Tom is worth that. I mean, 2 people. He's 0 for 2 today, folks. He is getting hammered.
No, I'm 0 for 3. I gave away 2 tickets in Marion Theater and a $10 gift card in the trivia.
That's right. You're going to wear the collars they say in baseball, right?
Wow.
You're wearing the collar.
Kathy's on the line now, buddy.
Right, hang on one second.
Kathy has no shot.
All right, hang on one second. I want to just say this. I want to read a Jenkins quote about soccer. You talk about soccer coming up. A lot of the games, more the big games start.
The World Cup is coming up.
Yes, and his Jenkins says, you talk about how he's broadened his interest somewhat. If he pays any attention to soccer, he says a little bit. I go back to something somebody else said one time. I can't get interested in a sport where nobody falls on a loose ball.
There you go.
That's a football guy. An
Pretty
American
good.
football guy. All right, let's go to the phones now. Who we got? Kathy?
Hello.
Hey, Kathy.
Let me at him. Let me get him.
Come on, you ready to go?
No shot.
Come on, Kathy. Now
ready.
don't let us down. Now we got to put this guy in his place. All right, here we go.
She doesn't even beat me at Trivinator. How's she going to do it against me?
Turn your head a second, Tom. Turn your head the other way.
Once
All right.
in a while.
All right. Here's the number. Josh knows the number. Pick a number between 1 and 10.
I'll pick 5.
5. Tom?
6.
It's 4. And Josh knows it because I held it up.
It is 4.
It's 4. That means, Kathy, you want Tom to go first. Probably. It's up to you.
I do.
Okay, here we go. Fake or factoid, Kathy versus Tom. George Custer was the youngest American officer to ever become a general in the United States Army. He made his rank at age 23.
Factoid.
Kathy, he says factoid. What do you say?
I'll say fake.
Kathy says fake. Answer is factoid.
Yeah, it's history. Why would anybody ever doubt me with history?
It's just one question. So far, you haven't won a game, so you can't talk
Just
yet.
saying. That was like a softball for a history guy.
All right, Kathy.
I get 3 questions. Is that right?
Well, no, or unless you miss 2. If you miss 2, you're out.
Yeah, you're losing 1-0 now, Kathy.
All right, Kathy. Come on, hang in there. Kathy, it's going to be your turn this time.
Right.
Here we go, Kathy. Fake or factoid, gold is about 8 times heavier than any other metal on Earth.
Let me think a minute. I'll say facts.
She says factoid. Tom, what do you say?
Fake.
Tom says fake. It's fact. The score is tied.
Woo!
1-1. This will decide the contest. Come on, Kathy. Come on, Kathy. Here we go now. You can do this, Kathy. This is Tom's turn. He goes first.
Oh, good.
Don't let him fake you out by a quick answer either, by the way. Just so this is a little tricky place. I'm giving you inside reports. All right, here we go.
Thank you.
Aluminum is lightning proof.
Fact.
Tom says fact. Kathy,
I'll say fact also.
you say fact also?
Yes.
You're both wrong.
Oh,
tie game.
Tie game.
I gotta have a tiebreaker now. That's
right.
fake. Okay. Here we go. Fake or factoid? The Earth is not really round. It is actually squashed in a bit at the poles and widest at the equator. Whose turn is it? Now we'll be back to Tom.
Mine.
Is it yours, Kathy?
Oh, okay.
Wait. It went 1, 2.
It's Kathy.
I think it's mine.
It's Kathy's. All right,
I
Kathy.
don't like
Fake
to
or
be mine, but I think it is. I'll say facts.
you say factoid? Tom, what do you say?
Factoid.
Fake.
Tom says fake. Kathy says factoid. Kathy wins the game. Kathy wins the game once again.
Got you, Tom. Got you.
Tom is getting crushed today. Kathy just stomping on top of him. Now he's 0 for 4. What's Kathy get him?
She wins a $10 gift card to Mojo's Grill and Catering
where
Company.
you all are. So
Yes,
I'll
you
be
do.
down.
Don't say poor Tom. He's got this coming. He's been having this coming a long time.
No, that's true.
All right, Kathy, good job.
Yeah,
you know where to get it. Good job. All right. Big guy. Hey, call 911 for Tom, will you, Josh? Give him a call, 911. Tom needs some Band-Aids, a sling.
Here's the thing. Tom, you were so worried about the music playing. You aren't staying in the game long enough for the music to be even played.
Wow.
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 Ouch.
Obviously,
Been wanting to say that for a long time.
Obviously, Josh is getting texts from JJ because he didn't write that his own. JJ wrote that from.
He's getting help.
Hey, by the way, it's JJ's birthday today.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yes,
Call him
it
up
is.
right now. Maybe he'll play Fake or Fact.
Well,
on his
JJ will
birthday.
play Fake or Fact.
Call him up right
He
now.
won't.
We'll see if we get him on. See if he'll play with us.
JJ will play Fake or Factoid. JJ didn't care.
All right, we'll see.
He can win a $10 gift card to Mojo's too. He doesn't work here anymore.
How could you think aluminum is lightning proof, Tom?
Really?
Yeah.
You want me to answer that live on the radio?
Whatever.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Same way the Earth's perfectly round, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I want you giving your best effort now.
I am.
So, if JJ's answers, we'll let him play this. Meanwhile, call us on the other
It's his
line.
birthday.
622-9622, the Climate Control Hotline. And we got at least one more game to play here. And if you call us now, we'll get you right on while we're waiting for JJ.
I can't wait for this book from Dan Jenkins to be getting my hot little hands.
It's going to be, I'll let you borrow it when I'm done with it. And I'm going to ship it off having signed it because all the rest of my books are signed by Jenkins.
You've said this numerous times, but whoever invented Twitter, are they kin to Dan Jenkins? Is it one of his grandsons or something? Because that thing is designed for Dan Jenkins.
It is, and he talks about Twitter too. And he is completely challenged. He used to go to the Masters with somebody to input his stuff on the computer because he couldn't do it. There's a wonderful, wonderful story about him going to the Masters. Just a line there about, I don't know if I have time to read it all, but he talks about how the fact he didn't know what a major championship was in one of the chapters. He didn't really know what it was until he talked to Herb Warren Wynn, and he told him what it was. He didn't know that until then. But the opening part talks about how he's been to all these Masters, and he says he's been to every Masters since he's been eligible to go. He's been to the Opens and the PGAs and the British Opens. He's covered 63 consecutive years. He covered the Masters, more than Grantland Rice, who covered 46, he says. And here's what he said. When I lump those years together, this is his book, they become a maze of pimento cheese sandwiches, egg salad sandwiches, and country ham with red-eye gravy for breakfast upstairs in the main clubhouse, where I've often dined overlooking the veranda while wishing I'd been there in the 30s when the wraparound balcony served as the press room. Now, he did, and the truth of the matter is none of us got to go to the clubhouse, but we could go up there, but Dan had a special place where he was able to sit. And the amazing thing Dan would do when he covered the Masters, he'd spend the whole tournament watching TV, or he rarely talked to a player except when they came to see him. They'd drop by and see him.
Right.
And then he would come at the end of the day on Sunday. Would never show at the press room until the end. He'd go upstairs, the old Quonset hut, we used to sit up there in the attic with all of us.
Right.
And he had the fastest typewriter in the East. He could hammer out his story so quickly, and that typewriter would go, and then he'd be done. He'd walk out.
No computer savvy.
Not then. We're talking 70s and 80s now. Right now, we're talking way back in the day. And Dan would type on that typewriter. Of course, he had written a lot of his text prior to that too, because Sports Illustrated stories are written day by day and then topped off with the final day. But he could make that typewriter play like Tchaikovsky. I mean, it was just such sweet music. And he'd be done and gone. And he had a different kind of lifestyle at Augusta than most of us bums did. But he does point out he's one of us by eating the pimento cheeses and the egg salad sandwiches. That's what everybody eats in the press room there.
Well, somebody told me that the reason they serve pimento cheese to the patrons at the Augusta National is because the members hate pimento and cheese, so they make the patrons eat it.
The members got plenty of food back there. The peach cobbler is pretty good. By the way, in the media, you're allowed to go back and buy your food if you'd like to in the dining rooms there. If you're in the media, which of course is good, it's better. The cheap guys who don't want to pay for anything eat the pimento cheese sandwiches. But Dan, by the way, is not cheap. His bar tabs usually look like he bought a car, at the end of the night, because he was around the bar and nobody had an empty glass at Dan Jenkins on his left or right when he was at the bar. That's how he was. That's how he rolled. All right, we will take a break. We'll come back. We got one more chance for.
I can't even get. JJ is so in tune to going to class
for once in his life.
He said, "I got class. I can't join you."
I know, and
good for him.
I heard back from him yesterday. He says, "I'm making good grades. I'm studying hard. That's great. I'm happy for him."
I'm even trying to peer pressure him into stepping out. He ain't doing it.
Well, we'll have to get Josh to play the final round, perhaps on Fake or Facto, where Tom is yet to win a game right here on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source. Are you looking for a trustworthy auto care company that won't sell you something you don't need? Look no further than Affordable Auto Air and Care. Affordable Auto Air and Care has serviced Ocala for a decade and is family owned and operated. They offer quality parts at affordable prices, and they even include a 1-year or 12,000-mile warranty on their parts and labor. Their certified technicians work on any type of vehicle, even RVs. They specialize in auto AC, but they also offer oil changes, brake service, filters, tune-ups, shocks, axles, complete auto repair. Affordable Auto Air and Care is located at 1841 Northwest 4th Avenue on the corner of Old Jacksonville Road and 441. Call 352-401-0011 to book an appointment. That's 352-401-0011. Affordable Auto Air and Care. Complete auto repair. Take it from me, Tom Schmitz. I'm a customer.
Men, do you know your testosterone level? Are you experiencing decreased energy levels or unusual sleeping problems? Have you noticed you have less strength or endurance, decreased sex drive, increased irritability or depression? If so, you may be experiencing problems with low testosterone. If you're interested in a free testosterone screening, please call Renstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. Again, that number is 352-629-5800.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to OCUS, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. OCUS, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to James Mace. He's a veteran and historian and a lifelong scholar of ancient Rome, and he served in Iraq with the U.S. Army. He's written a book called Soldier of Rome, The Last Campaign.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
Stephen R. Klein-Edler is coming on. He's a professional lexicographer. He's going to talk to us about his book, 100 Words Every Fourth Grader Should Know.
Norma Yeager is the first woman to walk the floor of the New York Stock Exchange as a stockbroker. She's written a book called Breaking Down the Walls, 50 Courageous and Successful Years at the Forefront of the Women's Movement.
And then it's Legally Yours with your host, John Fuller, attorney at the law firm of Fuller & Fuller right here in Ocala.
Sandra Parshall is an Agatha Award-winning author. She's written a book called Poison Ground, a thriller mystery novel.
And then David Foreman will be with us. He's the herbal pharmacist. You've heard him on our show before. He's going to talk about managing the munchies, plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom was and is built. Listen each Thursday at 9 a.m. for Veterans News with Hank Whittier, Vets Helping Vets. You will hear honorable tributes, information about veterans issues, and even some interesting stories. This program is sometimes funny, sometimes sad, and always focused on the military and first responders. Veterans News is brought to you in part by Palm Chevrolet, where supporting the community is the Palm Chevy way.
Back with Barry Merton and Theo Smorth. Is it Smoith? Okay, on the program. That's our Travolta names. I feel kind of bad for our John Travolta.
Wait. Barry Merton, hey, that's the guy from, like, Storage Wars, right?
Yeah, that's him. I look like him, don't I?
You need his money, don't you?
I do. Barry drives a nice car.
Barry drives a bunch of nice cars.
Different one each time he goes to a storage bin. All right, so we're going to round out this day with tweets and quotes, and then we've got time for one more fake or factoid if you want to join us. Otherwise, we're going to let Josh do it.
Real quick, we have a tweet that came in from one of our listeners. CJ said a bad traffic accident at US 441 and US 27. Please avoid that area. So
yeah, thank you for that.
Bad traffic accident at 441 and 27. That's coming in from one of our listeners, CJ, via the text line.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, CJ. We love it when people contact us and keep us in the loop on these things. By the way, talking about John Travolta's mistake, full disclosure. Yesterday, our crack research team, not our research team on crack, like Chris said, gave us some incorrect information and somebody called in to remind us that we said down was made from
duck or chicken.
Right, and that was the fake or factoid, and the answer was it was duck. Well, it's not duck; it's goose or geese. So that's a mistake from our crack research team, and so we correct ourselves before we start criticizing.
Yes, sir. Is this correct?
Our friend John Travolta, and let he without sin cast the first stone, because we've all made our share of mistakes, and we will make them probably in the next 15 minutes or so. Right? What's your first name again?
I'm going to make a
What's your first name again?
Mine is Theo Smorth.
Theo. I just can't get a Theo out of you. It's difficult.
Theo and Barry.
Barry, I get. Barry works good. That could be a Barry, no problem. Who you got over there, Josh?
We've got a caller calling in, maybe getting us an update on something.
Okay, all right. Any information on that accident? Coming up, Sports Hour, we've got Tony Barnhart, who couldn't join us yesterday. His granddaughter was sick and took her to the clinic, and she's fine now. And we'll be talking to our friend Dave Pingalore, the great Pinkster from Local 6 away, and I want to get his take on LeBron 61. Now, I think I've seen every one of those shots about 9 times since last night on ESPN, and he was filling it up, obviously.
He filled it up. Hey, buddy, Michael just called in.
Mm-hmm.
He said the eastbound lanes, Josh, are blocked now.
They're blocked by a pickup truck.
On 27, right at 441. The eastbound lanes on 27, right at 441, blocked for an accident involving a pickup truck. So try to avoid that area if you can. I know right here at rush hour it's hard to avoid that area, but pickup truck accident blocking the eastbound lanes of 27 right at 441.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, let's hope that people are safe. Nobody has been seriously hurt.
That's the voice of Ocala right there in full effect, buddy.
Yeah, we'd like to try to get you information. Okay, you guys ready to finish out this round? We only got a minute. Here we go. It's 3 questions. It's going to be you this time, Josh. Here we go. The last pure gold medal in the Olympics was presented in 1912.
Fact.
You're both correct. Next, it's actually better to take exams on an empty stomach because hunger makes you better able to focus.
Fact.
You're both correct. It's fact. Here we go. This could be it. People who eat broccoli, kale, and water chestnuts 3 times a week have 4 to 5 points more on their IQ.
Fact.
Fake.
Josh says fake. Tom says fact. This is going to be the game. Anybody want to change their answer?
No.
It's fake, and Josh wins and keeps his shutout for the day.
There you go.
He's over the whole day. Oh, my goodness. All right. More coming your way. Stay tuned. We'll talk about LeBron, Talk to Tony Barnhart, Dave Pingalore. Lots to come your way right here on Buddy's Sports Page. Next.
1378 3 FM. If you'd like to get involved in the conversation, you can do so by texting us 352-507-5352. That's a text at 352-507-5352. You're listening to us on The Source.
If you missed Dr. Buddy recently, you missed Dr. Buddy's advice on what women should do when they found out they've been cheated on by their man.
What to do after D-Day. Recommends take time off. Going away for a while, with or without children, helps you gain clarity. Take a few days off from work. If that's not possible, go away for a weekend. Even if you can only afford to go down the street to a friend's house, the personal time is worth it. So that's the one from E. Langro. Another one from E. Langro says, after this has happened to you, and you found out your husband is cheating on you, surround yourself with people who love you. Ask for help and support from your parents, siblings, and friends right away. Don't be afraid to ask of what anyone might think, because this situation is not your fault. This one comes in from Lonely from him. Learn to say no. You're under extreme stress, but the rest of your life, job, kids, friends, won't calm down. Prioritize your responsibility so you can put some of them on the back burner. Start to tell people, I will have to deal with this low priority issue later.
Make sure you tune in to Dr. Buddy every Monday on The Voice of Ocala. Are you looking for a trustworthy auto care company that won't sell you something you don't need? Look no further than Affordable Auto Air and Care. Affordable Auto Air and Care has serviced Ocala for a decade and is family owned and operated. They offer quality parts at affordable prices, and they even include a 1-year or 12,000-mile warranty on their parts and labor. Their certified technicians work on any type of vehicle, even RVs. They specialize in auto AC, but they also offer oil changes, brake service, filters, tune-ups, shocks, axles, complete auto repair. Affordable Auto Air and Care is located at 1841 Northwest 4th Avenue on the corner of Old Jacksonville Road and 441. Call 352-401-0011 to book an appointment. That's 352-401-0011. Affordable Auto Air and Care. Complete auto repair. Take it from me, Tom Schmitz. I'm a customer.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA, The Source.
Phoenix Promotional Solutions, your company supplier of banners, digital decals, yard signs, and magnetic signs. Where you give them approved artwork by noon, the next day by 4 p.m., you pick up your banners, digital decals, yard signs, and magnetic signs. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404. That's 368-2404. Don't forget, they do vehicle wraps also. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404.
Hi, this is Jody Saulnier. Jeff and I are the owners of J&J Jewelers in the Jasmine Plaza, which is located at the intersection of State Road 200 and Airport Road.
We're third-generation jewelers, voted Ocala's favorite jewelry store for the last 5 years.
We carry a wide selection of new and estate jewelry, bridal sets, and citizen watches. J&J Jewelers specialize in jewelry repair and custom-designed jewelry, including wedding sets.
All of our repairs are done on site and can even be done by appointment while you wait. J&J Jewelers is open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 10 to 2, and closed on Sunday and Monday.
Stop by today or visit our website at jandjjewelersocala.com or call 352-401-0001. You will remember our custom design made for you by us at J&J Jewelers. Proud to be made in America.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, The Source.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
Secretary of State Kerry visited today. He says the U.S. stands with that nation. President Obama warned Russia again to stay out of the conflict. She could be the first real housewife on the federal pen. Teresa Giudice and her husband Joe pleaded guilty today to fraud charges. The star of The Real Housewives of New Jersey could be sent to jail and him back to Italy. A lot of studies have shown moderate drinking is healthy, not binge drinking, though. A University of Texas study found adults in their 50s and 60s who binge drink at least one time a month are more likely to die at a younger age. The study, binge drinking is defined as 4 or more drinks for a woman in 2 hours, 5 or more for a man. The cold weather has put a lot of businesses in the deep freeze, but sales are hot for others. Ace Hardware, for example, having its best winter in more than a decade with strong snowblower and shovel sales, and outdoor outfitter LL Bean sold out of waterproof boots. This is ABC News.
Dad, what are you doing in my cape?
I'm not Dad. I'm Safety Man.
Any parent can be a safety hero. It just takes a few simple steps. Start by replacing older smoke alarms with Kidde Worry-Free alarms. The 10-year sealed-in lithium battery means these alarms are always on. No low battery chirps and no battery replacement for 10 years. And Kidde makes it simple to choose the right alarm for the right location. Help make fire safety worry-free and give back the cape. Kidde Worry-Free alarms, available at the Home Depot.
Do you know what that sound is? That's your new digital marketing department. And that'll be your new web designer. And that's Haibu, where these experts are joined by many more, from web designers to search marketing specialists who work hard to get your business noticed online and on mobile. Best of all, Haibu can do it all for you, or give you the tools to do it yourself. To find out more, go to Haibu.com. That's HIBU.com, or call 877-938-HIBU. Oh, that'll be your next new customer. Haibu.
How much time? 30 seconds. I'm on right now. I don't believe you.
Okay. Enough kidding around.
Ho, 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 ho.
And now it's time for the Buddy Martin Sports Page.
He actually had me stay here last night in his gym.
It's like I don't fit in. It's like I don't belong here.
Let's go talk to a couple of guys that never gamble.
Oh, see, I made Lewis a bet here. See, Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put you on the Full House at the same time. He didn't think we could do it.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
And now, here's Buddy.
Welcome, Buddy Sports Page. On a Tuesday, it's going to be around the water cooler today with our special friends and guests. Tom James calling a Florida Gulf Coast game, I believe in Tampa. Is that where he is today? So he won't be joining us, but we'll have Dave Pingalore joining us in about 15 minutes from Local 6 in Orlando. And Mr. College Football, Tony Barnhart, who yesterday was scheduled for the program but had a family issue to deal with. And glad to know things are well for Tony. Tony will join us here at 5:30. He will be talking, of course, college football, Gator basketball tonight. Gators trying to beat South Carolina to stay undefeated and should do that in the SEC. And, of course, protect that number one standing. I've got news on Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer, of course, if you haven't been reading it, I posted on Facebook today that he went to the hospital to have a cyst drained on his brain.
So is he going to quit as the Ohio coach now?
Well, that was, of course, what I posted. I know Gators conspiracy theorists will say, well, he's trying to get out of his contract at Ohio State. But anyway.
Notre Dame job must be coming up.
Yeah, must be coming up. So anyway, I checked on that to find out what was going on. I have some pretty good source who tells me what his status is. On the surface, it sounds pretty serious. This is something he's had for a while. In fact, it's in the book. When I wrote the book, Urban's Way, the cyst is mentioned, and he's had it for quite some time, for 14 years. But he's been having headaches, and he went in and he had this cyst drained, I guess it was. And that sounds kind of serious, doesn't it?
It does. Cyst on your brain.
Right. So I've got a good source. Shelley Meyer, she would probably be a good source, wouldn't she?
Yeah, well,
And I'll tell you what Shelley had to say about that.
Oh, no. Terrible news.
Something to do with the Braves, no doubt.
The King of the Wing will not be held Thursday. 100% chance of rain, so they're going to reschedule the King of the Wing here in Ocala.
Yeah, Allison Campbell will probably scrambling around to make that happen.
King of the Wing will not be held Thursday. And, King of the Wing's a big deal. Even though I don't eat wings, it's a big deal.
Yeah, we've done that show out there a few times.
They're offering boneless wings this time for the first time.
Oh, they gave
Guess who's going to be in attendance?
I'm guessing you.
Of course.
LeBron last night. I don't even know what to say about it. Here's what I want to say before we get too busy. We've got a busy schedule. We've got to keep hopping. I'm not going to break down shot for shot, talk about the number of the threes, percentages, all that sort of stuff. And I know has been dissected. And what it was last night was art. Watching this guy perform, you stop and think about it. And then if you look at his career, and ESPN showed highlights all of his 50-point games in Cleveland and everything else. And you see this guy play now, and you realize you're seeing something great. I don't use that name, that adjective very rarely, but you're seeing a great athlete at his highest peak right now, and a gift to the sports fans. Because what he did last night, even though he's nowhere near Wilt Chamberlain's 100, which is the record, the 61 he put up last night, it was so impressive. So many of them were threes. And he just had the touch. He was talking after the game about the fact that we've heard the old cliche, the zone, but it's so true. He says, just play the game and everything goes in. It's like when a golfer shoots, she's 59. It just all goes in.
I like what LeBron said. He said, the man above has given me some unbelievable ability to play the game of basketball. I just try to take advantage of it every night.
And LeBron took a lot of heat for going to Miami, no pun intended.
I've decided to take my talents to South Beach.
And people made fun of him and whatever. But you know what? When you compare the athletes, and I love Michael Jordan, and I know you do too.
I'm a huge Jordan guy.
But you know what? I think LeBron is just a nicer person.
Oh yeah, Michael was a mean, evil-spirited person.
I don't mean don't say he's evil-spirited, but he was definitely competitive, and he was
definitely mean-spirited.
He was, and as an example of the fact when he got in the Hall of Fame, what kind of speech did he give?
Exactly.
I showed all you. You challenged me, and I showed all you.
Exactly.
I think Lou Von, for lack of a better thing, I'm gonna say was sweet. LeBron's a sweet-spirited guy. He really is.
You know what was amazing about last night's game with LeBron James?
I'll tell you what's amazing about it: the fact it's not his game.
He poured 61 points in, but he had 7 rebounds, which is a good night, and he had 5 assists, which is point guard total assist.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the amazing thing. When you see Kobe pour in 61, you don't ever see Kobe with 5-6 assists with the 61.
You don't ever see LeBron look to shoot the ball first, and last night he did that. That's not his game. That's what I love about the guy.
My question to you...
He can probably score 50 almost every night.
That's what I was going to ask you. My question to you, after watching last night, if he wanted to, is there any way people could stop him from scoring 50 every night?
No, he could score 50 every night.
If he wanted to score 50 every night, LeBron James could score 50 points every night, no problem.
That's kind of the difference with him and Carmelo.
Yeah,
Carmelo wants to score 50,
but he can't. LeBron doesn't want to score 50, but if he put his mind to it, he could score half 100 every night he laced up the shoes.
Well, that was the thing of beauty, and I just appreciate an athlete like that who conducts his life. I think these young fellows out here can admire someone like LeBron. He's a good person. He's also a great athlete.
He shot 67% from the field.
Yeah, it looked like it's about 87%.
67%.
No. So anyway, it was fun to watch.
8 on his first 8 threes.
We're enjoying something now that, better enjoy it while you got it because we're not going to have it forever. So it was great to see it. All right, we got to go do the headlines. We got business to do here.
Well, the first headline we just talked about, LeBron James 61. Second headline, John Singleton, who's the number 1 prospect in the Astros club. He says, I'm a drug addict. I've been addicted to marijuana. It's pretty evident, and I don't openly tell everyone, but it's pretty apparent to myself. It's not that I enjoy smoking weed. It's just that I can't live without it. So there you go. That bolsters what you've said, buddy, that marijuana is a little more dangerous than people allude to. He's checked himself into a 30-day rehab, and the Major League Baseball is helping him with his addiction. The Dallas Cowboys, they're going to be less than $1 million over the salary cap after only in the second year of a new 6-year contract extension. Tony Romo has reworked his deal where they've taken $12.5 million of his $13.5 million base salary and gave it as a signing bonus. So this is, accountants playing trickery with money to get the Cowboys under the salary cap.
He didn't give up a whole lot. He still makes $18 million a year.
Right. And finally, former Texas Rangers second baseman Ian Kinsler, clearly not pulling for his old club days with the Detroit Tigers. He said, I hope they go 0-162.
The Rangers?
Yeah. Rangers manager Ron Watson said Kinsler's comments won't impact the team, but he was always somebody who spoke his mind. But Kinsler said, I don't, they got rid of me, and I'm citing issues with the team and general manager Don Daniels. My disdain for Daniels is clear. I hope they don't win a ball game.
There you go. That's something all right there. Take a break. Coming up next, Dave Pinglor joins us. We'll ask him about what he saw in last night in the highlights. About a highlight, he didn't have to show it last night because he wasn't on, but you got about 20 minutes of highlights to show.
Yeah, Jamie was on last night.
I know. And then Urban Meyer, we got the latest report on him. We'll get Pinglor's take on all that next right here on the Voice of Ocala Around the Water Cooler.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Since 1976, Daniel L. Hightower, a lawyer, has been fighting for accident victim justice in North Central Florida and statewide. He believes everyone in America should follow the rules, including the insurance companies. He and his firm have experience fighting for victims of personal injury, wrongful death, workers' compensation, and Social Security disability, as well as serving those in need of help with bankruptcy, simple wills, and estate plans. The mission at the law offices of Daniel L. Hightower, PA, is to represent deserving clients and recover the maximum benefits they are entitled to by law in a timely manner. In personal injury and workers' compensation cases, there are no fees or costs unless a recovery is made. The law office of Daniel L. Hightower is located at 7 East Silver Springs Boulevard, Suite 300. For your free consultation, call 352-629-7777 or 1-888-LAW-1976 and visit danhightower.com for more information. Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice, and the proud sponsor of Ask the Cops.
This reprise of Ask the Cops is proudly brought to you by Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976.
What is your view? Give me your view of your own or things you see in people that are inspirational to you, or advice you give to others about giving in order to make the community better.
Well, I'll tell you that the mindset that I've got, and I didn't come up with this necessarily on my own. I've watched others throughout my career, and as I've grown up and gotten older, is I'm a member of this community first and foremost. This is where my kids were born. This is where my kids have been raised, with the exception of the short amount of time, the short period of time we were gone. But why wouldn't you want to make your community better?
So remember to join us for Ask the Cops every second and fourth Friday of the month on WOCA, The Source.
Whenever something big happens in Ocala and Marion County, Buddy Martin is there on the case.
John Gruden, ESPN Monday Night Football, today spoke to the group here at the Gateway Bank. I'm going to play a little game of just word association with you. One, Ocala.
Ocala is just a great community. It's a great group of people.
John Gruden coaching again.
One of these days I'll be back.
So remember, always check out Buddy Martin on the Voice of Ocala on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hi, Danny Werfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
What you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Crash diets can literally warp our body because when you gain the weight back,
which most people do, by the way, it can end up in completely different places. You get more stains and discoloration from red wine, but white wine is more acidic, so it can etch tooth enamel and makes your teeth even more vulnerable to stains from dark-colored food. Kids who miss the most sleep have the hardest time solving math problems and have the worst memory skills.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Gene Powell pasture mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell pasture mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, @yahoo.com. Gene Powell pasture mowing.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
WOCA. Knocking heads and talking trash. It's slinging mud and dirt and grass. It's I got your number, I got your back when your back's against the...
All right, it's a Tuesday. It's around the water cooler and time to go down to Orlando. Our favorite sportscaster in the state of Florida, a guy that we watch almost every night when we watch sports. We call him the Great Pinkster, David Pingalore. Hi, Dave.
All right. I am here. Can you hear me?
I got you. And, you read the story about John Travolta and mispronouncing the name of the person from Frozen. Call it Adela Kazim or whatever it was he called it. You heard that story, right?
Yes, I have, yeah.
I confessed on the air momentarily just a moment ago that I mispronounced your name for a full year.
You did. Yeah, correct.
And before finally I was reminded by JJ that it was not Pingalador, it was Pingalore. So
Pingalore.
Yeah.
Now, I should correct you also. I did not give you an update. I am on the road right now.
Yes.
I am down in Miami. I've been at Doral the last couple of days.
Yes.
Ready for the World Golf Championship.
Yep.
But we're down here getting ready for the Arnold Palmer Invitational a couple of weeks. So usually I'm down here about this time. So that's where I've been sitting on a driving range all day.
Well, we wondered where you were, and of course, last night you didn't do the news. Jamie was on, so of course you're off on Tuesday night sometime. But you're going down to see if Tiger's going to show, right?
Tiger definitely will be playing. He will be on property. I've been told tomorrow, so he's definitely playing. But it's interesting. They've done a lot of changes there at Doral. They've if you follow golf and watch golf over the years, Doral Trump in the last year basically blew it all up, and a lot of holes, especially in the front side, are completely different.
David, I've been going to that tournament since it was called the Eastern Airlines Tournament. That's how long ago I started going to it. And the Blue Monster, and, of course, the 18th hole and all that story. And I always loved that week in Miami. And it took a little dip for a while, and now it's back. I think it's strong, and it's a World Golf Championship event. And what all they done? Have they tightened the fairways? Have they lengthened the par fives? What have they done?
Yeah, the first hole they lengthened to maybe 50 yards. I'm trying to think I think the other par 5 is number 8, which they completely changed. Number 9, they extended it as a par 3. It's like 45 yards longer. 10, the driving range there now, if people have been down there before, was very small. Now it's huge. They moved the 10th tee over to the left and made the driving range with all LED lighting, so you can golf there all night long, actually. So it's interesting. So we'll see. But I was down there getting ready for getting some interviews with some of the players for about Arnold Palmer.
You got the Arnie coming up. And how well do you know Arnold? You get a chance to, I know you talk to him every year. You know him pretty well?
I will be playing golf a few holes with Mr. P. I do know him. He knows he called me out by my name. I'll be playing a few holes with him, part of our March 15th, 8 p.m. special. I'll be playing some golf with him Friday for that broadcast.
Good man, long-time follower of Arnold and known him for years, and so he's right at the top of the list in my book. So, all right, but you're following other things in sports, right? Although you're covering golf. And I know you had a comment about what happened last night with LeBron.
Yeah, I was right. I was in Miami. I was going past the arena when that was going on, and at the time I didn't know he was on his way to 61. So.
Didn't you wish you were there last time when you saw that? Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I don't. That's that's crazy. 61 points in a shot clock era is a lot of points.
Yeah, and even just the total wasn't as impressive as the way he got them. And the way he on the golf court, on the basketball court, it looked like he was unstoppable. We were just talking a while ago that we think LeBron could get 50 every night if he wanted to.
You would think. I mean, it's kind of like a guy playing golf can make every birdie putt when he thinks he can, make every 10-footer. So, but you would think he could get 50 every night.
But that's not his game.
Guess after a while, they're going to start double teaming you. So then you're going to be a little bit.
Well, then someone else is going to get 50. So Chris Bosh or somebody. but anyway, so I would never ask you this, and I don't like to make declarations. But right now, you think he's the best ever?
Oh, the best ever. That's a tough.
He doesn't have the ring. Doesn't have the rings.
I don't know. What's the best ever? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, Jordan's the best ever. Look, let's be honest. Now we could argue.
He's one of the best.
Well, yeah, but that's no big deal. Of course, he's one of the best. One of the 3 best, 2 best, 1 best. I would put him if you compare his careers at this point in time. I'd put him right there with Jordan. And now what happens in the next 5 years? We'll know. I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan, and his championships and the way he played and being a great defender. By the way, LeBron's a great defender, too, in my opinion. He can shut you down if he wants to. I think he's on course to surpass the great Michael Jordan, and I love Jordan. That's just my take on it.
Yeah.
All right, so golf, who you picking?
For this weekend?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Jordan Spieth.
Jordan Spieth. Good-looking player.
Saw him practicing today.
Did you? What do you like about his game?
What's interesting about him? He's like 20, 21 years old. He's got multiple wins already, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is, the marketing gurus, with the products. He's not. I saw him first time in person. He's not that guy. He's not he's not charismatic.
Yeah.
You could tell. He's just a young kid.
Yep.
But he doesn't have that swag.
And that's the problem with anybody who's going to follow Tiger. Because Tiger had that it factor.
Tiger had swag.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger, he had the look, he has the attitude. Yeah, this kid could be really good. Every time he's always, right there.
But there'll only ever be one Tiger, just like there's only one Nicklaus and one Palmer, and you start comparing them. You got to remember the guys who built the game, and I love Sam Snead and Ben Hogan, all those guys, but let's be honest, Nicklaus and Palmer made the game when they first started televising golf. They made it what it was.
Right.
And I'm not one of these guys that thinks everybody who's old is good. I love the way some of these young players are playing, but it's going to be tough to find somebody to take Tiger's place. And without question, when he's not playing, the game, the tournament suffers. And I know firsthand because my golf tournament folded because Tiger stopped playing in it because he's worked too many Nielsen points. So it's going to be all right. Let me give you one thing here to think about for a second. Your friend Mike Bianchi, his favorite sport is ripping Urban Meyer. He loves to rip Urban. Last week, he ripped him because of the conversation that Tebow had with the recruit, which was reported as a violation. Of course, that's all Mike needed to go off and talk about how he was using Tebow and so on. But a lot of people still think that Urban left Florida because he wasn't really sick. He wanted out. I don't believe that. I know better, but a lot of people believe it. The latest news is, you heard about this? Urban had a cyst drained from his brain yesterday in the hospital in Columbus. And he's okay. I got the word today from someone who should know, said he's good. Benign cyst for years. He's had it leak some fluid and caused pressure. And procedure was done in the hospital. He was out in 2 days. Went to the Champions Dinner last night and going to work today. Spring practice starts. But, of course, the next line is, people say he's faking his illness to go leave Ohio State.
Oh, God.
I'm just giving you lines, buddy. Just giving you lines. So I can do.
There's a Notre Dame job coming open.
Yeah, Notre Dame open. Why do people hate Urban so?
Is Braxton Miller? Braxton Miller's got another year now. He's coming back for at least one more year.
He's coming back. Yeah, they lost Scherzer.
When Braxton Miller's not there is when Urban Meyer retires. Mark it down.
Okay. Is that kind of like marking it down when you say that Tiger Woods will never win a major? Is that kind of the same thing?
I'm just saying, when Braxton Miller leaves Ohio State,
I know.
Urban's gone.
I'm just talking about a steak dinner somebody bet a couple years ago. But that's I'm not going to bring it up. That's, I don't want to be anything sensitive. Hey, listen, I appreciate you taking some time with us. Hey, enjoy your trip. When are you coming back? To Friday or?
I'll be back tomorrow.
Tomorrow, have a good trip. Get some good stuff. Look for you. You're doing the sportscast down there tonight?
No, I got a little hit here coming up from Tate's piece there at about 6:15.
All right, David. David Pingler, Local 6. He's the best. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
All right, see you guys.
Sounds busy today. You got things going on. But he always takes time. And this is a busy time for him. He's got a sportscast coming up, and I appreciate he takes a little time to visit with us here and enjoy his take. Gators play tonight. Basketball should have no problem winning.
First time a team will go 18-0 in the conference if they win tonight.
Is it 17 or 18? I'm forgetting.
They'll be 18-0.
Okay. I can't keep up. A little change in policy in Gainesville. A little news out of Gainesville today that we'll talk about later. I wonder if this means they're changing their attitudes about a few things.
Uh-oh.
You know,
they're never going to let me in practice, so they hadn't changed their attitudes.
Well, if everybody's let in, you'll get in.
Yeah, they see me coming, though, and they'll change the rules.
No, they will. I don't think so. But I say,
Would you want me in practice?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, like you have. What do you mean? I work next to you on the radio stations every day, so I'm going to try to be less harsh on Muschamp this year. I'm going to try.
Good luck on that.
I'm going to try.
I said good luck on that.
Well, I'm going to try. I'm going to try to be. Say okay.
Of course, calling his offense an outright failure last year was pretty harsh.
Well, that was last year.
You know what, though? His offense was an outright failure last year.
Well, he's got Kurt Roper, so you can
and he's going to have a healthy quarterback.
Yeah,
hopefully.
We'll find out in the spring and see what happens. I mean, look, Auburn turned it around in a year.
Somebody's got to teach the offensive line to block. That's all I'm saying.
That's been a problem for the last couple of years. But here you go. Here you go now. Yeah, they blocked themselves.
They blocked each other. They're pretty good at that.
So you're being.
Hey, what game was that?
Georgia
Southern.
You're being negative now again. I'm trying to be positive. I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm going to try to be a positive Gator fan. Wait till next month.
I'm positive that the national champion Florida State Seminoles were played right here on our radio airways. I'm positive about that.
I like that, too.
I'm positive about that.
Let's be honest, and much as you may like the Seminoles, the fact remains is that the predominant team, even with things being bad in this area, is the Gators. They are the team that people follow the most.
I don't know. UCF is getting a huge fan base in this area.
Yeah, and I love that. It's still Gator country. You know?
Oh, yeah.
It's, you know that. And
speaking of national champions, though, buddy, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. tip-off.
Yep.
College of Central Florida defends.
Wait a minute. Who's doing that game?
Tom James. We'll have it right here on the radio.
On our station?
James will be on the call.
How did we get that conference championship, the tournament?
The state tournament. By the way, first time it's in Ocala. The women's tournament's been here before. First time both have been here.
Yeah.
What was Tim Ryan's dream? He said it right here on this radio station.
Win it on his floor.
Win the state championship on his floor. The number 8 seeded CF Patriots take on the number 1 seed from Mariana, Chipola.
Yeah.
But I think they got a good shot.
We'll see. I'm ready to talk some more football, though, and we're going to talk about Mr. College football next right here. Tony Barnhart on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hey, it's Tom James. I agreed to join Buddy and the gang every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 o'clock to talk sports on the Voice of Ocala. We call it Around the Water Cooler. 1 hour to solve all the problems in the world of sports. Little did I know just how opposite our opinions would be. How can a group of guys see the same thing so differently? Some days I wonder if it's just water in that water cooler. Join Buddy, Schmitty, JJ, Austin, and me, Tom James, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5. It's Around the Water Cooler on WOCA, The Source. We're not just the horse capital of the world. Ocala-Marion County is now the hoops capital, too, thanks to the 2013 national champion CF Patriots basketball team. The McDonald Allstate Agency brings you the reigning kings of the court all season long right here on WOCA. Coach Tim Ryan and the Patriots look to defend their national crown and get set to host the state tournament this coming spring. The McDonald Allstate Agency brings you CF basketball only on WOCA, The Source.
Whenever something big happens in Ocala and Marion County, Buddy Martin is there on the case.
Head coach of the Florida Gator basketball team, Coach Billy Donovan. How are you feeling right now about this team in 2013 and 2014?
You know, but I like these kids a lot. They've worked very hard. It's a good group. The most challenging part for me has been has been the inconsistency of players in practice.
So remember, always check out Buddy Martin on the Voice of Ocala on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source. Hi, this is Tom Schmitz, the host of the Saturday Sports Page on WOCA. The Saturday Sports Page is your weekend destination for everything sports, from NASCAR to golf, baseball to boxing, and of course, the best, most comprehensive football coverage on the radio. Also, you don't want to miss my weekly "Are You Kidding Me?" rant. So join me, Austin Tapman, and Josh LaSalva every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for the Saturday Sports Page on WOCA, The Source.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to James Mace. He's a veteran and historian and a lifelong scholar of ancient Rome, and he served in Iraq with the U.S. Army. He's written a book called Soldier of Rome, The Last Campaign.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
Stephen R. Klein-Edler is coming on. He's a professional lexicographer. He's going to talk to us about his book, 100 Words Every Fourth Grader Should Know.
Norma Yeager is the first woman to walk the floor of the New York Stock Exchange as a stockbroker. She's written a book called Breaking Down the Walls, 50 Courageous and Successful Years at the Forefront of the Women's Movement.
And then it's Legally Yours with your host, John Fuller, attorney at the law firm of Fuller & Fuller right here in Ocala.
Sandra Parshall is an Agatha Award-winning author. She's written a book called Poison Ground, a thriller mystery novel.
And then David Foreman will be with us. He's the herbal pharmacist. You've heard him on our show before. He's going to talk about managing the munchies, plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 a.m. and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Ocala, get ready for Jazz on the Green at Jumbo Lair Estates. Saturday, March 29th, 7 to midnight. Come and listen to live jazz on the patio or dance the night away in the ballroom. Enjoy the smooth jazz of Groove Therapy, Phil Jazz Dad Thomas, and the Blue Jays Band. For more information or to get tickets, go to jazzonthegreenocala.com or call 352-239-8436. Jazz on the Green. Yeah.
In this moment, who has your back? An insurance company delivering excellence during your claims process? Auto Owners Insurance has been recognized as highest in customer satisfaction with the Auto Insurance Claims Experience 5 years in a row by J.D. Power & Associates. For award information, go to jdpower.com. Let an Auto Owners independent insurance agency have your back, so when the unthinkable happens, you get the claims service you deserve. Call George Mangan Insurance in Ocala today, 352-732-3191.
Feel the sun creeping up like tick-tock. I'm trying to keep you in my head, but if not...
Back on Buddy Sports Page. Time now to go to Atlanta, Georgia. Talk to our good friend Tony Barnhart, Mr. College Football. Tony, nice to hear from you.
Well, good to hear from you, buddy. It's hard to believe that it's time to start spring practice again.
I was just thinking about you. You've had this... since the bowl game, which is not a whole lot of time, kind of down, and national championship game. And now you got to go back to work, and you go to several. How many schools you go to in the spring, Tony?
I usually try to make it to about 10 or 12. There's 7 or 8 in the SEC I like to get to, and I like to get obviously Georgia Tech because it's local, and Florida State and Clemson. If I can do 10 or 12, I feel like I've touched most of the bases.
That's still, I think, the best part of covering college football. I mean, the games are great, but getting to go to the campuses and getting a little one-on-one time,
and kind of getting a feel of what's going on is really the most fun. Now, you're old enough to have heard about, but not to have been in the Skywriters Tour.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I went on the first one, which was a kind of an adventure. And that was kind of unique because we got to fly into every school on this little World War II aircraft we had. You've heard the stories probably about almost crashing at Auburn and Jack Harson playing Nearer My God to Thee on the harmonica the next year and all that stuff. Quite some things. But
yep. And I understand Scoop Hudgens did it all.
Elmore Scoop Hudgens, he was the man. He was the traveling secretary, I'm telling you. But, and I'm just reading Dan Jenkins' post because his new book's coming out. And, you're an admirer of Jenkins, as am I.
Very much so.
And it's called Dan Jenkins' Life, His Own Self. And a semi-memoir, he calls it, Life, His Own Self.
Of course.
Yeah. And he talks about the difference in college football then and college football now. And, of course, he loved Darrell Royal and all those guys. Those were his guys. And what's fun and what's not and so what sports writing is like. And we were lucky enough to have participated in some of that era. I know you knew Furman Bisher really well, one of the legends. And let's be honest about it. We know the world changes and old guys can't hold on forever. But that was a lot of fun in those days, wasn't it, Tony?
Well, it was, and I always tell my friends in the newspaper business, we were lucky to be a part of the newspaper business when it was still fun. When none of us who got in the newspaper business ever thought we'd make any money. It never occurred to us that we'd make any money. We just wanted to do it as long as they paid us enough to live. Mm-hmm. We'd be fine.
Hey, Tony, and mileage. You got mileage. That's a big deal.
You had gum rights, you got mileage, So, but yeah, I think, Buddy, we were very fortunate to be a part of the college football and the newspaper business when it was still fun. It's still fun now. It's just a kind of different kind of fun because there's so much money involved. Everybody is so serious. The coaches that we knew did it because they loved it, and any money they made, they had to make on the side. Through investments and stuff like that. But now the coaches are making so much money. The players have an opportunity. They want to get to the NFL because that's where their payoff is. And so everybody is quite serious.
One more Jenkins note. He was asked in his Texas Monthly interview about, didn't he wish he was at the Alabama and Texas A&M game? And he says, I wish I could have been there. He says the SEC is where it's really crazy because they have nothing else in life. He said, just think about it. What in the name of God would Alabama be without University of Alabama?
That's Jenkins.
And it is. And well, let's talk about some football, Tony. Of course, Tony works for CBS. What is your blog? Give me the correct one. Mr. College Football, is it different now? What is it now?
Yeah, I tweet on Mr. CFB is my Twitter handle, and I'm getting ready to crank that up again. My column has been on CBSSports.com,
okay, right.
But we take a break. We take a break after the national championship game, and so it'll be a while before I get back there.
So I haven't been missing anything, and I wondered what had happened.
You haven't missed a thing. I've been here. I've been playing Granddad. And doing all the things that entails, and of course now I've been home a little bit over a month now. And the other day my wife said, "Tony, don't you have someplace you need to go?"
Yeah,
I mean,
she's ready for you to get out of there.
Way too long.
It's that time of year, and so you will begin your tour, the Tony Barn tour, next week. You said, What are the 2 or 3 storylines that you're most interested in pursuing?
Well, I think obviously, as you look in the SEC East, I'm looking forward to getting back down to Florida, seeing my friends down there, and kind of, is this the year that they get it turned around? Does Kurt Roper bring something new and dynamic to the Florida offense? Can Jeff Driscoll stay healthy? Does Will Greer come in there? Will Florida finally find some receivers? I think they're going to be really good on defense again. But they've been really horrible on offense, and they've got to get better, or it's going to be a long year for Will Muschamp. I always look forward to seeing Coach Spurrier at South Carolina. Can you believe this is his 10th year?
I know.
Is that unbelievable?
And it's pretty soon he's going to pass. He's going to pass for how many years? I think he wants to coach there at least one more year than he coached at Florida. I do think that.
That would be kind of cool. But he hasn't slowed down. He's won. He called me and said, "Tony, we won 11 3 years in a row." I said, yes, sir, I knew that. Says it never been done. So I think he'll have another good team. He'll miss Connor Shaw.
Yeah.
But and I think I'm looking forward to getting to Athens. I think Georgia's going to be really good on the offensive side of the ball. Even though they lost Aaron Murray, they'll be better on defense, I think. With Jeremy Pruitt coming in, there's so many great storylines. How good is Alabama going to be after this great run? Can Auburn defend? There's so many great storylines in the SEC. That's what makes it so much fun.
It does, which is why they got a powerful network now. Getting to Alabama, without getting into the so-called Saban rule that Spurrier calls about slowing the game down, is this? We've seen these programs go up and down over the years. What goes up must come down. How long can Alabama sustain?
Oh, I think Alabama can sustain as long as Nick Saban's there, because it's Alabama. I mean, people realize, you got to realize that Alabama's Alabama. Alabama's had these great periods of success. Obviously, people think about Bear Bryant because he coached there for 25 years. But Wallace Wade had a great run of success. Frank Thomas had a great run of success. Then Bear Bryant, the Gene Stallings won 70 games in 7 years and a national championship. So Alabama can because it's one of those places where people care about it, and the kids come there because it's special to them, and they've got a great chance to go to the NFL. So at the level, everything Alabama has done, and they still put up what a lot of people believe was the number one recruiting class in the country. All right, their recruiting is not slacked off, and so I think I think they can continue as long as Nick Saban's the head coach.
Tony Barnhart, Mr. College Football, CBS, and the CSS show is still going with Brady Ackerman and the gang, right?
Yeah, thanks to the good folks at Golden Flake, we're now doing the show year-round. So we do it every Wednesday at 6 o'clock on CSS and multiple replays throughout the week.
Unfortunately, I don't get it down here. I used to be able to get it. I don't get it anymore. But, yeah, I know that Golden Flake has matter of fact, they have a company here that produces potato chips. That's the old Bear Bryant company. He used to sponsor his show back in the day, Golden Flake. Has a great history.
And they have been very good to us. It was a natural fit, their product and our show, and they've been great to us. That's
good. I'm glad you're doing it. Let's get back to Gainesville for a second. Two things. If I gave you a number right now and said this is the number that was over under for Will to keep his job in Gainesville, what would that number be?
I never have looked at numbers. I looked at the state of the program and if it's moving in the right direction. Obviously, if it's 5-7, you got a problem. But I think there's some things, again, they're going to be good defensively, and what kind of progress do they make on the offensive side of the ball? I've known Jeremy Foley long enough. I don't think he looks at a number. I think it's how they're playing and what they're doing. So I would not care to put a number on that.
And not losing to Georgia Southerns of the world, that would be part of it.
Exactly right. You can if you're winning 8 games, but you still are laying egg against inferior opponents, you got a problem.
Yeah, and
by the same token, you could win 8 games and beat Georgia and play Alabama off their feet and stuff like that and still be in good shape. So to me, it's how the team is playing.
Here's the question, Tony. Go back to 2 years ago of that really terrific defense in that 11-win season where their defense bailed them out a lot of games. And let's say that was as good as you're going to get on defense. The guy who orchestrated that was named Dan Quinn. He's gone. He did a pretty good job in the Super Bowl with the Seahawks, I'd say, as defensive coordinator. And now the question is, how much of Dan Quinn was in an 11-win season, and how good could they be now without him in this year?
Well, you always hate to lose a good coach, but I thought the Gators did a good job last year. They were number 8 in the country in total defense, second in rushing defense in the SEC. And so, that's one of the things we're going to find out. If Dan Quinn was that big a part of it, then they may have a drop-off this year. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to be pretty good.
I know you're a big Muschamp fan. I wonder if there's been any changes in the policy because they've been pretty hard-nosed about things up there. And now I see today, after having closed practices, suddenly they're opening up the gates for 15 spring practices, including the spring game this year. So that's a departure.
Well, that's good. Maybe I could get down there and go to practice again.
Yeah, exactly.
Coach Spurrier used to invite me to practice all the time.
I know.
We're talking with Tony Barnhart, CBS Sports. Tony, Tom Schmitz here. we're huge Gator fans around here, but there is another college in this state that did pretty well last year. And with the big three, Miami, Florida, and Florida State, no disrespect to UCF, but they're not part of the big three. With these three schools, is this the largest gap you've seen in a long time between one school over the other two, the gap that I feel Florida State has over Florida and Miami?
Well, it is a pretty good gap. Miami's still in the process of rebuilding. I think athletically, Florida's still pretty much there on the defense. They're not offensively, but yeah, it is a big gap because hey, Florida State's really good. I mean, they are really. You watch them play. Everybody talks about Jameis Winston and Kelvin Bryant and all those athletes on offense, but the defense was the thing that impressed me last year. They were really good. So. Yeah, the gap is certainly as big as I've seen it in a long, long time because Florida's had a pretty good stretch until now. So I would go along with that.
Final question for Tony Barnhart, CBS. Tony, I know it's kind of put you on the spot, but just give me the name, if you've mentioned a couple, the best player that maybe we haven't heard of, or the best coach, or the team that's under the radar that we should watch for, that you have a feeling about. You mentioned Georgia, but is there a player that maybe we should watch next year we haven't talked about, or a coach that you think deserves some special mention that's not getting it?
Well, here's a player that I thought we'd see a lot more of last year, but he got hurt. A kid named Ricky Seals-Jones at Texas A&M. Everybody talked about Mike Evans, and he was a great player. This kid he got hurt in the second game, had to sit out the rest of the year. This kid is 6'5", 230, can outrun most defensive backs. And even though Johnny Manziel is gone, they've got a bunch of good quarterbacks in camp. And this kid, Ricky Seals-Jones, is going to be a remarkable football player. And so keep your eye on him. Malcolm Mitchell is a kid at Georgia. Obviously, Florida fans will remember him from 2 years ago down there. He got hurt early on, and he will be coming back, and I think he's going to have a big year for Georgia.
Okay. We'll be watching for him, and have a great trip around the SEC, and thanks for being on the show, Tony.
Okay, buddy, anytime.
Tony Barnhart, Mr. College Football. Take a break, wrap up the program here on a Tuesday after this timeout on
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
You know what that anticipation feels like when you're about to open a gift? In a Box offers personalized gifts. Everything you'll need for that special occasion. In a Box. Holidays, birthdays, graduations, spa days, weddings, anniversaries, get-wells, and more. In a Box. Visit inaboxcelebrations.com and pick your theme. There's even a corporate option. Inabox creates the magic, and you'll be the rock star. Visit inaboxcelebrations.com, partnered with Woodley Gardens.
This is Austin Tavern reminding you to stay in contact with us at WOCA. Find us on Twitter and Instagram at Voice of Ocala. Make sure to become a friend of our Facebook page and call us at 622-9622.
Hi, I'm Angie Lewis. Let's talk every Tuesday afternoon on WOCA, the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Hi, it's Lisa Midget, owner of the brand new Proper Tea Salon. It's a perfect time to freshen up your cut and color for the new year. And if you really want to change up your look, talk to us about Hotheads extensions for extra volume and length. How about a blowout for date night? Give us a call. Enjoy some me time while you relax in our newly renovated salon and check in on Facebook using our free Wi-Fi. We know you'll be happy with your new look. We guarantee it. Our style guarantee assures you that no matter what, you will love your hair or we will fix it for free. Call for your appointment today. 352-351-1771. We're located in downtown Ocala next to the Southside Deli. Tell us Buddy sent you for 20% off your first service visit. Now hiring licensed cosmetologists, nail techs, and front desk staff. Visit our website, thepropertees.com, for our online application. The Proper Tees Salon, timeless elegance meets classic sex.
Hey, you
guys, this is Lou, and if you don't want to be a dirty little bird sitting on the curb eating dirty white wines, you better head on down to Dairy Queen Silver Springs. They got the best, the juiciest, tastiest char-grilled hot dogs, burgers, solid filet of fish and chicken, and 90% fat-free pulled pork barbecue. That's a little sweet and a little spicy. You know, Dairy Queen doesn't use processed and formed junk like the competition. So come on down to Dairy Queen Silver Springs, home of the real $5 lunch.
This is a public notice. Local residents can now save thousands of dollars on their next car, truck, or SUV. It's not a tent sale, because no tent is big enough to hold this many cars. It's OcalaForSale.com. Say goodbye to sticker shock. OcalaForSale.com has thousands of vehicles with no stickers at all. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, loss-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
News Talk 1370 WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults, so use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
The show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come to the show.
Final segment of the day here on Buddy Sports Page. Glad you could join us today. Tonight, basketball. The Florida Gators 27-2, and it says they're going for their 18th straight win, but they're supposedly 16-0 in the SEC. It must be an old, outdated stat. But I'll trust it's going to be. I thought they were 6. I thought they were 7. I thought they were going for 17th. But the story says they can go 18-0. I believe this is the 17th. I think it is. Look it up and see.
I'm looking it up right now.
I think it's 17. Something doesn't sound right there. I think 18-0 is that they went out. I still think they're 60-0 right now. That's what comes to my mind. But I'm not the greatest person in the world with figures. So anyway, they play tonight 7 o'clock. It'll be on ESPNU and, of course, radio. It's hard to find the games on radio. I guess 103.7 FM is the only place you can get it. And even sometimes there you can't get it too well. No local station in Marion County carries those. They teed up tonight against South Carolina. Should have no problem with Frank Martin's team. Billy Donovan's done a really nice job of keeping this team focused. It's a team that could just as easily have been, have 6 or 7 less wins. But he will not let them get ahead of themselves. And he keeps throwing the bait out there and the carrot out there. He says, there's still things out there in front of our team. He says, going this last game, he said, so we'll see what's going to happen. But certainly this team should be 18-0. And we're going to look that stat up and find out. And they should have no problem with South Carolina. Kentucky's a mess right now. And, of course, our winning streak's intact. It's a really fun team to watch. The guy I really appreciate.
Yeah, they're 16-0 in the SEC.
Okay, well, I didn't think I was crazy.
They're going for 17 tonight against South Carolina.
Yeah, okay.
And they still have Kentucky last game of the season.
Right, that would make them 18.
Right.
So this team is really, I think we like them because they're blue collar, because they had to work for everything, Nothing's given to them. They certainly looked pretty good. They won easily against LSU, but LSU kind of gave it up. And Wilbekin is to be credited with a lot of this, his steel resolve, I think. And the whole seniors, they all talk about it. But the guy I think didn't get enough love is Patrick Young. The guy's phenomenal. He's been a phenomenal source of strength and character for this team. He does all the dirty work. He dives for the ball. He makes the rebounds. He's improved his game, his offense just a little bit. And he's such a leader. everybody seems to love Patrick Young. And I think he along with the rest of the team, they're in good shape now. They're in the best physical shape they've probably been the whole seaon. Remember, he only had 6 scholarship players earlier on in the year. That's how the manager got a walk-on job and got to start playing something. So anyway, it'll be interesting tonight as Florida wraps it up against South Carolina, and then they come here to play Kentucky at home. Right? Is that the home game?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they already won the game here at Rupp. So we'll look forward to that game tonight. And looking forward to the week coming up with the rest of our guests. We're going to have a fun time here. We may be preempted on Friday for 2 hours. If CF wins Wednesday night, the game will be played 3 o'clock Friday afternoon. We'll let you know about that. We'll keep you in the loop on that one to make sure that Tom James on the call, of course. I want to thank our guests today for dropping by. Dave Pingalore and Tony Barnhart, all you folks who played fake and factoid and beat the out of the Tribinator. I want to thank our broadcast team of Tom Schmitz, Josh LaSalva doing an outstanding job there. I'm Buddy Martin. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.
I don't feel the sun's coming out today. Staying in.
If you didn't catch Around the Water Cooler, here's what you missed.
You're at the media day. You're going to talk to a player where the questions are so boring and innocuous.